Arkansas growing, it deserves an intelligent sports radio.
All white guys with a face for radio.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors and Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. And Fayetteville Auto Park. Here is Chuck and Bo.
All right, here we go. What time did you guys get up this morning?
2:58.
2:58. What about you, Bart? You been up an hour yet?
You're. Oh, we got to turn.
Yeah,
Bart's
we got to
mic
turn
up.
Bart's
We forgot-
mic up.
We forgot Bart needed a mic.
You got up at 2?
No, I'm saying I'm in input 2.
You're on input 2. That would be.
We're figuring it out.
There we
Hey.
go. What time did you get up, Bart?
About 4:45.
Really?
Yeah.
I got up at 3:50. 3:50, bright and early. I am not one of these guys, though, that can just like charge right out of bed into the shower and be out of the house in 20 minutes, kind of like you do, Bart.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I got to have about an hour. I got to have about an hour to get ready.
You know, we had a long conversation about. We talked to people all over the country. Who's going to produce the show? And I was in here like 4:00 this morning. About 5:30, I looked at Chuck and I said, "Do you think Bart's going to show up?"
I said 5:40. I set the over/under at 5:40. You showed up at 5:37.
Hey.
So
Look.
you were early. Man, we're glad you're here at 6:04. The Chuck and Bo Show is on the air. It's the maiden voyage. We are underway. You heard the voice moments ago of Bart Pullman, our executive producer. The return of Bo Mattingly. I think that's the lead story. I know it's game week. I know it is. But everywhere I go, it's the return of Bo Mattingly. No, it really is.
Now, look, man, I'm just happy to be here with you. Happy to be awake and on the air and ready for Arkansas Pine Bluff on Thursday night in Little Rock.
The hardest part right now is getting everything configured here at the table. Those of you who are watching via video, do you like the way I said that? Via video. Good alliteration.
Chuck's learned a lot about technology in the last 7 to 10 days.
Well, I won't say I've learned a lot, but I've certainly been in on a lot of discussions. So, seriously, it was, I don't know, around Memorial Day. I called you up and said, well, we were talking shop and we were talking about what we'd like to do. And I said, you know, in a perfect world, I might like to maybe jump back into this on an everyday basis. You said, me too. Fast forward. Normally, it takes probably, what would you say, 3 to 4 months to put a show together. We did it in, what, 6 weeks?
Well, if you already have a radio station and a studio and all that, and you can go in there and everything's built, it's one thing. We just built everything, got going. Still have a long way to go, but yeah, we put this together pretty quickly. And big thanks to our founding advertising partners for making this happen. Fayetteville Auto Park, First Security Bank, Pascal, Weichert jumped right in, said, hey, we want this show and we want to help make it happen.
Want to thank Bart, Ty Richardson, Tommy Kraft. Everybody put in some hours over the weekend. It may not sound like we prepared, but there was a lot that went in over the weekend. All right, here's what happened over the weekend. College football's back. Georgia Tech upsets Florida State over in Ireland, and SMU came back and beat Nevada late on Saturday night. I thought Nevada was going to win. Give SMU credit. Rhett Lashley, they came back and won the ball game. But what about Georgia Tech? I mean, what about that?
Listen, you get a real key indication early in the season when you can run the ball. And one of the things I've seen Petrino say about Arkansas is he feels good about their run game and knowing what they want to do in their run game. Georgia Tech, 190 yards rushing, 5.3 yards a carry. Florida State got mauled. They did. They just ran over them.
They got whipped at the line of scrimmage. Big win.
You were watching the game. You said they're going to run to win. And you know who says that?
Petrino.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Our number is 877-377-6963. Learn it, know it, live it. 877-377-6963. You can listen live on hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line app, and follow Chuck and Bo Show at Chuck and Bo Show on social media.
Chuck told me, hey, man, we're doing a morning show, and so we're going to need to do some weather. And I'm like, Chuck, everybody has weather on their app. Like everybody checks their phone daily, and they say so. I want to set this for you. Okay,
So it's not. So I shouldn't say 73 degrees outside.
It's 73, and what time is it? 6:06.
Yeah,
If
6:06.
you're running behind, hurry up. It's not going to rain this week. I just wanted you to know. At least the early indications.
It's going to be hot in Little Rock.
Yeah, it's going to be 93, 94 for a high. I think we're taken care of right there. That should be it for the weather.
You know, I really was thinking on Saturday as I was watching Georgia Tech and Florida State. I actually thought about this prior to the ball game. I don't know that there has ever been a year, in all seriousness, people are talking about, and we're going to talk about this today. Sam Pitman, by the way, is going to be on with us a little bit later. But we're going to talk about some college football today, obviously, because the season's in full swing now. Full slate of games this coming week. One SEC team plays Thursday night, Missouri, as they say up there. They play Murray State on Thursday night. But I really think this is going to be the toughest year to predict in college football because all the rosters are new, and what we do not know is how much money people are spending on NIL. And I'm of the opinion, if you want to look into a crystal ball and see who's going to be left standing at the end of the season, it's going to be the ones that have spent the most NIL money in the summer. That really is what I think.
Well, look, it's like professional sports, though, because you go get free agents and spend all kind of money trying to put your roster together, and it doesn't always work. There's still going to be some unknowns, but you have to factor in, just like we used to do with the recruiting rankings, and still do to some degree, how much money people are getting paid, because that's generally indicative of the best players, but it's not always going to work that way. And here's the thing. Who's changing in college football because of NIL? So the powers, has anybody changed? Is anybody coming up that wasn't there before because of NIL? Or are the biggest teams just going to have the biggest budgets and keep winning? Until I see something different, I don't think it changes at all. Now, if you are a mid-tier or maybe a lower tier team and you have a big NIL budget, maybe you can change the game a little bit. But I haven't seen that yet. It's early. We'll see how this year plays out. Are you expecting some big swing?
No, I'm not expecting a big swing. I don't think a team's going to come out of nowhere. But I do think there may be more games like what we saw Saturday, where a team like Georgia Tech wins a game that you don't expect them to win. I'm looking at the text line. This is all new to me. I was thinking as I was driving in. Seriously, guys. I was thinking as I was driving in. It has been
Here we go.
since 2007 that I actually opened a show. And we're talking about it. Bo says, why don't you pilot it at the start? And I hope it didn't show. But I was in total freak out mode when you said that. And so I'm looking at the text line right now. It's already very, very active. This is all new to me. There was no text line. And JT in Hot Springs, Austin's in Scott County. Some guy wants to know if Tiger Bait's coming back. Smack Daddy in Greenwood with us already. I'm going to learn how to get my computer screen configured.
I can't wait till Chuck makes the mistake of reading his own text messages.
Oh, that'll probably happen.
It's like, what? That was the wrong one.
Right now, I'm trying to get my computer screen configured where I can see the log of the show and the calls.
I'm not even going to pretend like we are an absolute hot mess in here right now.
We really
there's
are.
stuff everywhere. Thanks to Tommy and Ty for being, hey, we'll help you guys out. So they brought some like electrical tape and some wire, and it's everywhere. I mean, we're in a beautiful setup here, but we also have just junk everywhere we've got to get fixed and set up. But you know what? Dang it, we're here.
We are.
And we're rolling.
We're off and going. And we're going to come back after the break. Stay with us. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools.
You guys sound clean down here.
When you need it. But we also go all in.
Good.
with support with
Yeah, y'all sound good, Bo.
Plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking.
And you guys got Ryan in Hot Springs
FSBank.com
too.
For details. That's fsbank.com for
Copy.
local banking with First Security. Think better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend it to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with a Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brand, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
Did you know that almost 80% of all advertising is spent on digital? This is Dale Daniels, Digital Sales Manager for ESPN Arkansas. And due to the growth in digital advertising, we have the opportunity for the right person to join our team. Digital and radio advertising go hand in hand, and we're looking for someone to help businesses grow with this powerful combination. If you have experience in broadcast and digital marketing or business development, we want to hear from you. Email your resume to sales@hitthatline.com. Pearson Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you interested in saving money on your heating bills and upgrading your home's energy efficiency? Now's the time. Installing or upgrading to natural gas allows you to take advantage of high-efficiency appliances that save energy and money. From furnaces to water heaters to gas dryers and fireplaces, there's a natural gas option to fit your home and your budget. What's not to love about that? Don't wait. Call AOG today at 800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com to learn more. AOG, energy for life.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
When I go out to eat, I want something fresh. I don't want something that's been sitting in a freezer or processed. When I go to Lily Sandwich Shop, I am satisfied to the max. That's because Josefa makes everything fresh and uses that River Valley farm fresh produce during our long growing season. Stop by Lily Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District and become another satisfied customer. The sandwiches speak for themselves.
My name is Lily. My Baba makes the best sandwiches at Lily Sandwich Shop. Come by and see him at the Bakery District today.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
All right, we're back.
The regional will play, then y'all be back.
Gotcha.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show.
Ryan.
Bald white guys with a face for radio.
Ryan.
Is Chuck and Bo.
All right, now you're good.
Ryan in Hot Springs. Let's head to the phones. Ryan, welcome to the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Hey, Ryan.
Had a great weekend.
Hope you did too. Thank you.
I wanted to say I'm so excited about y'all's show. I love it, and I did want to add one thing to Bo that he did talk about the portal stuff. The old plaintiff has always gotten a lot of teams over the years. That's Andrew Bug. You can't really account for that too. That does in a lot of teams. Arkansas most recently in 2022, we had a bunch of our corners and safeties out. But that was my thoughts. I just want to tell y'all, welcome to the radio. I'm excited to listen to y'all, and I hope y'all have a great day.
All right, Ryan. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Great to hear from you. Ty, we're going to kill that music if you can help us out. Ryan, great to hear from you. Brent Cersei, what's happening, my man? It's been a minute since we've talked. What's going on with you?
Hey, Brent, what's up, man?
Hey, Chuck. Hey, Bo, welcome back to the radio. What do you know good?
Doing great. How about you, Brent? We're trying to get all this stuff figured out if you want to know the truth.
We're here.
I am doing fabulous because this is the greatest week of the year right here. You got Thursday night, you got college Thursday night football. I got Friday night football that the coaches in the mouth will be on assignment in Cabot watching the Purple Dogs and the Cabot Panthers.
Attaboy, I'll be there.
Where are you?
Are you going to be there? You going?
Oh yeah, my son's playing.
Okay.
Hey, Bo, I'll see you there because you'll be able to pick me out. I'll be the man in the wheelchair rolling along.
Oh, I know how to find you. I'll be decked in purple. You'll see me real easy.
Football dad.
Short purple monster.
I was watching SMU and Nevada Saturday night, and lo and behold, did I see Tank Booker playing the nose for SMU?
I don't know.
I've got to admit, I don't know that.
He's on that team.
He was.
He's on the team.
At SMU, yeah, he was playing, and I am just so excited to see hear you guys on the radio together. Now let's keep it moving, keep it grooving. Let's get the technology 100% right. I was watching y'all on YouTube. It's funny.
Yeah,
we look lost, don't we?
This is great. Yeah, it's nothing like just putting yourself out there like that. But you know what, Brent? I did not think to watch what you were watching for in the SMU game. I was just watching Rhett. You know, it's crazy now to watch some of these guys that we watch play high school football around here, go through the University of Arkansas, be a head coach in a program that's now a Power 5 team.
You know, they and I'm like you. When they play, I watch Red.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I couldn't name you probably 5 players on their team. I'm embarrassed to say that, but I couldn't. They're obviously.
How could you not know the SMU roster?
I know. They're
slack.
They're obviously highly thought of. But now I got to tell you, I thought Nevada. First off, I thought they were going to win the game. I mean, I give SMU credit for coming back and winning, but that's. They're good, but they're not at the highest level. I mean, they're not.
Look,
they're a good team, and I guess there's a chance that somehow they could, sneak into the playoff. I don't know, but they are good.
They're 1-0. Florida State.
They're 1-0. They're not. But if Florida State and if Florida State was to play SMU tonight, Florida State wins.
Well, we don't know. I mean, that's what happens. But you're probably right.
I understand.
But here's the thing, man. Week 1, week 0. I mean, that's like week -1 right there, as early as they played. But you watch these early games, and it's got to be a coach's worst nightmare. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you can practice against yourself. You can have a mock game. You can do whatever, but it's kind of like this radio show. I mean, hey, we were in here all day yesterday. Get in here today, things start happening. All of a sudden, the unit we're using to broadcast from is not working. Chuck goes to pick his headphones up. They about broke. I mean, they're brand new, Chuck.
I know.
No, but this is like you go in a game and the pressure gets on, and you don't know how guys are going to react. And you can't simulate all of that. And so what you hope is to play a team you're just so much better than to open the season with. Like Clemson, Georgia, it's probably not going to be a well-played game. There'll probably be a lot of mistakes. It'll probably be really sloppy. Georgia probably will win the game. But if I'm Georgia, I don't want to play Clemson coming out of the gate. Do you?
No.
I mean, do you want to play?
If I'm Clemson, I really don't want to play Georgia coming out of the gate.
Right.
I mean,
but Georgia's
I get
got
what
more
you're
to
saying.
lose.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, if you're Arkansas, you don't want to play Oklahoma State week 2. You'd rather play UAB week 2. But also Oklahoma State probably didn't love that game. But the point is early in the season, just weird stuff happens, and you have no idea which direction this thing is going to go. 877-377-6963 is the number. Chuck is learning this, and so am I, because back when I did a show, we didn't have text lines either. But you can text that number.
Yes, you can.
You can just text it.
Someone asked about Sterling. Jake in Magazine's up early listening. Justin in Hot Springs, who is one of JT's buddies, is what he's put on his text. So he's happy we're back. They're listening in Lepanto over in Northeast Arkansas. So we're happy about that too. I like this. I like the technology. Great. I'm confused by it. And
but hey, you're learning though. And you know, I love that you called someone the other day.
I did.
Chuck's like, what was that show where you can phone a friend?
That was me.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Chuck, that's Chuck.
That was
He's
me.
like, how do I share a story on
that's
Facebook?
Right. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And as we were discussing yesterday, I when all the stories about the show started coming out, I know how to post on my Facebook page. That's
wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
I know.
But it really.
Are we at a presidential debate?
I'm just saying. I
how
know.
to play golf.
I'm better at posting on Facebook than probably anyone that's ever lived.
You're a member, from what I hear.
Many people say I post on Facebook as well as anybody that's ever lived. So what I did not know how to do, was share. What I did not know how to do is share. And so
when you're on Facebook, it's all about you.
It's all about me. That's exactly right. So I wanted to share one of these stories.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to do it. So I picked up the phone, called a friend, bang, share.
Bang.
It's out, bang.
Share.
It's out there for the entire world to see.
Oh, man.
And so I'm on my way.
How did it feel, by the way?
Well, it felt great. Felt great.
If I could go Gino Bell for a second. We're down here with Coach at halftime. How did it feel to share?
I felt smarter than the average person. Just to be very honest with you, I felt smart. I felt smart. That's the.
He had a glow about him.
I did. I felt confident. Felt as though things were coming together for me. But that has been. I'll tell you about my trip to Best Buy at some point during the morning too. That was an adventure yesterday.
The looks that Chuck gets at Best Buy. Isn't there like a social media account or something that people of Walmart, like the kinds of, how you go to Walmart and you can just see anybody in the world you can be found at Walmart.
Well, they look at least me, they looked at me like I was lost, like I wandered in off the street and I didn't know where I was. That's basically,
which was accurate.
Well, and it had been a long time since I had been into Best Buy.
But I did send you with the information that you needed. I felt like I prepared you well.
Let me just walk you through what happened. All right, let me just walk you through. I'll just jump to it now. It's been probably 15 years since I've been into Best Buy. I'm going to be honest with you.
What?
So
let me get the last time you went to a place like that, it was Circuit City?
Yes. Yeah. It probably was Circuit City, honestly. So I walk in, and there's this gaggle of kids. They're at the front.
Gaggle.
There was the oldest was 25 or thereabouts. She was clearly the manager. And they looked at me like I did not know where I was. And so
accurate.
Well, and a young lady comes over and asks if she can help me. And that's when I whip out my phone and I show her the picture that Bart has texted me of the exact laptop that I need. So I show it to her and she pulls out her device and starts punching in numbers.
Oh, man.
And she says, I'll go back and get it for you.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, great. So I said, I got to get some headphones too. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go over and look at the headphones. So I'm thinking this is going to be a good trip. Started going downhill at the headphones. That's a different story. I ended up getting the wrong pair.
It's a good one.
I ended up getting the wrong pair. I didn't.
Chuck got wireless Beats or something.
Well,
you're like, no, you got to plug in.
First off,
when you're doing a show, we don't have Bluetooth here.
First off, you go over there, and there were headphones everywhere, and I was baffled by it all. I will freely admit that. And I didn't really know what to buy. Bart didn't send me a picture of that. So being a guy, I started looking at prices. I didn't want to get the most expensive one, but I didn't want to get the cheapest one. So I settled on Bose, mid-price, mid-range.
Great product.
$150.
Great product.
$150. All right. So I walked back up to the front, and no girl. I couldn't find her. She was nowhere to be found.
Smart of her.
So I'm standing there looking confused, and the 25-year-old, the manager, comes over and asks if she could help me. And I said, well, I don't know. I said, this young lady was going to get me a laptop, and I went to get some headphones. Now I've come back, and I can't find her. Now, I don't know this, but I suspect at this point she began to think that I might be one of those impatient people. And she said, I'm sure she'll be right back. I was not convinced. And so I said to her, well, maybe if you just point me in the direction of the laptops, I can walk over there and find it. And, I can help her out. And she said, no, it doesn't work like that. They got to go to the back, find it, bring it out to the front. Now, at this point, my head was about to explode. And so
is Clay going to write a column on this? I mean, this is a documentary.
Well, it is. I'm trying to walk you through what happened. And so, long story short,
oh, really?
Yeah. To make a long story even longer, what I said to her at that point was, I went total old man. I said, I don't think she really understood what I was saying. And at that point, of course, she appears with a laptop, and I walk to the car humiliated, down $1,000.
And now we have Chuck with some headphones. It's 6:29 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Back in a minute.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, headphone. Athletes love to say, hey, look good, feel good, play good. And that certainly can apply to everyday life. Meet my friend, Dr. Jeff Sweat.
Cosmetic surgery has always been about looking better. And I think over the years, what I've figured out is if you don't feel good, it doesn't matter how you look. What vitality and wellness is all about is helping you look your
but
best.
when you're coming from the side, it's hard to see what midway is. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Sound a little hot, Chuck.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You come see us, Sweating Cosmetic Surgery and the spa. We can help evaluate you, and we can show you how some guys are wrong.
So we don't have to get it wrong. All right, time to look into getting it right. Guys, log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com for a free evaluation. sweatnumcosmetic.com. Time to feel and look better.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
Felix Jones now joins us. Do you have a favorite breakaway touchdown?
I think that South Carolina run with Hayden, flatback, that guy, that stadium roared. That was beautiful seeing it from my eyes.
On the end around, this is Jones, and Jones has some real estate ahead of him. Felix Jones telling everyone to look at his shoe bottoms. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. Weekdays from 9 to 11, only on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Pascal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopascal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Pascal price check. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Z Road, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
What's new at Wheeler Power Sports? Short answer, a lot. All new Kawasaki Ninja 500, Z500, Eliminators, and Mule Pro Diesels. New Kawasaki Ridge Side-by-Side is now arriving. New Polaris Expeditions and Ranger XD 1500s. New Suzuki GSX 8R. New 2024 model Polaris Slingshots, including the Roush Edition, are now in stock. Check us out online at WheelerPowersports.com or stop by and see us at downtown Fort Smith at 901 North 11th Street. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
We have a team that's as talented as
You never know what you will walk up on or find over the hill at the Tackle Box. For almost 50 years, the Tackle Box has been your home for hunting and fishing supplies and some of the best outdoor stories. Whether guns, ammo,
we had
fishing
19
supplies, or
COVID
home
seniors,
decor, come back and see them again.
a lot of really good
Fishing
kids
tackle
on
or
the team
guns, the Tackle Box, your sports store for hunting, fishing, firearms, and more. 3001 0 Street, Fort Smith, 646-3193.
I think we're in really good shape. We have excellent coaches. We have a team that's as talented as any team I've had.
Ty, how's that level of Pitman play in there? How's it sounding compared to my voice?
Say that one more time, Chuck. You're a little low.
How is my voice compared to Pittman's cut? Play that
I
Pitman
think
cut.
we're in really good shape. We have excellent coaches. We have a team that's as talented as any team.
Turn
I've
coach
had.
up a little bit.
Our leadership
There
on
we
the team
go. That's better.
is every bit as
All
good
right.
as it was in 2021.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Let's come back. I'll say, let's talk about the Hogs.
That doesn't make me throw up. That's
All right, guys, we got these station identifiers, and then that rejoin will have a couple of those sound bites, and I'll let you know when you're live. I'll turn the music down.
Yeah,
That's Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. Here is Chuck and Bo.
877-377-6963 is the number that'll get you into the program. You can listen live on hitthatline.com or the hitthatline.com app. And let's talk about the Hogs. What do you say?
You know, I got to chat with Pittman earlier, I guess last week, and he's going to be on in about an hour or a little less. And one of the things I was struck by, it is the time of year to be positive. People that are critical of, wow, everybody thinks they're going to be good this time of year. Well, why not hang on to it for as long as you can until you remove all doubt? And one of the great things that happened, obviously, in the offseason was the hiring of Petrino, because it gave fans hope. And I think when I hear Pittman talk, that's happening as well. But as a coach, you don't want to oversell what you have, because you're only making it worse on yourself to set yourself up and fans for disappointment. So when he says what I'm about to play for you, I found it intriguing.
I think we're in really good shape. We have excellent coaches. We have a team that's as talented as any team I've had. Our leadership on the team is every bit as good as it was in 2021, which we had 19 COVID seniors and a lot of really good kids on the team that just continue to lead the team. I think we have that same mentality now.
All right, react to that. Most talented team he's had. That was a 9-win team.
Well, I think the important thing that he talked about there was the mentality of the team. I do think there's talent there. And I do think there's reason to be excited about some areas that maybe a couple of months ago we didn't have reason to be excited about. But I'll go back to what I said earlier in the hour, that with the changing rosters now, players come out of nowhere. I mean, you think about this, everyone, how are you going to replace Jaheim Thomas, for example, on last year's football team? We didn't know who Jaheim Thomas was at this time a year ago. We'd heard the name, might have seen him practice a little bit, But, I remember when it was right before the season where Arkansas won 9 games. And I was talking with Coach Pitman, and he said, I think we've got a pretty good football team. And he said it in a way with a voice inflection that you knew it wasn't coach speak, that he really meant it. And I think he means it when he says it right now. I don't know how the season's going to go, but I think he feels like the pieces are in place for Arkansas to have a good year.
When Arkansas is good, and you've been around it for a long time, Chuck, their starting 11 on both sides of the ball are good. Okay. Now that sounds obvious, but real good football teams have depth. And like you go to Georgia and they got guys that aren't even playing that can start at a lot of schools. Teams like Arkansas don't usually have that, if ever. When you're good, you're exactly what Pittman is describing. So if we can, what he's basically saying is if we can avoid major injuries, we're going to be okay. Football's full of injuries, but I think people might be surprised at how good Arkansas's first 22, 11 on both sides of the ball, really are.
All right, let's go to the phones. Jimmy's in Conway. Jimmy, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Top of the morning to you, fellas.
What's happening, Jimmy?
I want to welcome you to the air, to your own show there. But I gotta warn you, you got some big shoes to fill. The Morning Rush guys were some straight shooters, and I really enjoyed them. So I hope you can keep it up.
Well, they're up. They'll be on at 9 o'clock. They'll be on at 9 o'clock. They're not going anywhere.
I know, but this is the desired driving to work time for me.
Hey, we got 20 years ahead of us to try and earn our own day in Barling. Okay? So 20 years, so for 19 years, we're going to be busting it right here. I got you.
Have fun. Yeah. I want to go back to what Pittman was saying. Guys, I'm just, his credibility with me is shot after the offensive line fiasco last year. Until I see that's improved, I can't take him at his word anymore.
Why is that? Why can't he make a mistake, though?
Well, a mistake is, saying after BYU, we're going to fix this. And it never got fixed.
Yeah. Well, I guess my question's more about whether he can fix it for this year. Like when you say he's lost credibility, he's one of the best offensive line coaches in the last 15, 20 years in college football. I would think that he would be able to go figure out what the mistakes were and fix them. Now, that's all going to play out and we're going to find out. But you said you've lost faith in his ability there.
I lost faith because he didn't get it done last year. He didn't say, I'm an offensive line coach that knows how to get it done, and he didn't get it done.
All right.
The only thing that saved him was hiring Bobby Petrino. If he hadn't hired him, I would have no faith in this team.
Jimmy. All right, Jimmy, thank you. And what he said right there at the end, there's no question that hiring Petrino in the offseason gave people more hope than maybe they did when last season ended. But here's the thing, and here's the thing you have to think about. I think most people last year, and Jimmy kind of talked about it there, felt like, that's the reason the team was 4-8, because they couldn't move the ball offensively. The offensive line wasn't what they wanted it to be, and they never established any consistency on that side of the ball. That was true. But all those people are gone. All those people are gone. The offensive lineman that you talked about whiffing, a lot of those guys are gone. Offensive coordinator, gone. Quarterback, gone. New guy. Everybody's new. So when you say, I've lost faith in someone or I don't trust someone, I think you've got to look at a little bit bigger picture than that. Just because a coach, just because a season doesn't work out the way a coach wants it to, doesn't mean he's lying to you.
Well, they changed the personnel.
Right. Everybody's gone. That's what I'm saying.
If you got me and you up front and you're stuck with me the rest of the season, that's what the transfer portal does for you on the positive side. 877-377-6963. I see a like Hall of Fame caller on hold that we'll get to next on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but gave them one Razorback. Number one.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brand, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend it to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state. And you can add Flyway Brewing to the list, a craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Zion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Pascal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopascal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Pascal price check. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
This summer at Hardee's, the BLT gets an upgrade with the new Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT hand-breaded chicken sandwich. The classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato, atop a famous charbroiled burger or signature hand-breaded chicken sandwich, all between two thick slices of toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Participation may vary. Exclusions apply by time of day.
Has your job been grinding your gears lately? Then let me tell you about Lavorne Lumber. They're looking to fill a regional over-the-road position. They use brand new equipment in your home every weekend. Don't think you're getting paid enough? That's not the case at Lavorne Lumber. They're highly competitive in that area. So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, then stop by and see Pam and the Bills Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 at Lavorne Lumber. 515 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith and online at Lavorne, LOVVORN lumber.com.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
I know we're always on the go, heading to Fayetteville, Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and you need a place to fill up. But not just for gas. I need snacks, drinks, and a restroom that doesn't make me throw up. That's why my new favorite pit stop is Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue on the way out of town. I can't stop by without getting something from their hot box or a fresh made burger. That's Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
We went to great lengths to secure a voice guy for the show.
AI guy.
I love it. 6:48. Good morning. We're brought to you in part by the Fayetteville Auto Park, First Security Bank, Pascal Air, Plumbing and Electrical, and the Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Chuck, we got a Hall of Famer on the line.
I know. I'm excited about it. I need to turn my mic up. I'm excited about having the fast one on today.
Tomorrow we're going to be live at Best Buy, by the way, before they open. Eddie in
I got to
Clarksville.
return the headphones.
Eddie?
Good morning, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Eddie. You sound great.
You sound like Hog Delight to me.
I tell you what, welcome back, Bo Manley. I tell you, what a team. You talk about Bo Manley, you're a Hall of Famer, sir. Let me say this. Chuck, sir, you're a Hall of Famer, sir. And by the way, congratulations to your inductee to the Sports Writer and Sports Broadcaster Hall of Fame.
You're an actual Hall of Famer.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No doubt about it. But when I met with you a week or so ago, Chuck, and by the way, thank you so graciously for inviting me and having dinner with you, being able to stand up and call the Hogs, which I always take advantage of. I wake up every day with a dream in my heart, and I never walk outside my house without something Razorback on. And that's what this team's about this year. By the way, me and Phil Elson's been having a little debate. You ever heard of Abbott Costello?
Oh, yeah.
Attractions. He wrote this. And they say he wrote it. He composed it in 10 minutes. I write the book every day. And you know what? That's going to be the difference in this book. It was Costello. He wrote this. I write the book every day. And who we are yesterday is not who we are today as a football program and a football team. We're going to write a book starting, woo, baby, in just 3 days in Little Rock, Arkansas. A new book is going to be written in game 1, and then we're going to go on and write a different book every day. And so, why am I optimistic about this season? Well, X Factor, Mr. Bobby Petrino, the best play caller in the country. And if you, for the fan base that don't know Bobby Petrino, woo, baby, I'm not Ric Flair, but he deserves a woo.
Eddie with the caffeine this morning.
Eddie's an old man to be able to get that high, man. I mean, he just he gets that woo out there.
He got it strong. I
did see Eddie the other day, by the way.
You went to dinner? You took Eddie to dinner?
Here's
and Eddie?
Well, no, wait a second. Eddie's from the country, so dinner means lunch. And you have dinner and supper. So I spoke at a civic club group, Lions Club group.
How was that?
Clark, it was great. I sat by Eddie. Eddie called the Hogs.
Did you guys do the Pledge of Allegiance?
We did do the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. We did that. And,
now that you're
sat by Eddie.
Now that you're back on every day, you're going to get invited to a lot of
those.
those.
So are you.
Yeah.
So are you. You got to learn.
Special guest Chuck Barrett.
You got to walk in. First thing you got to do is find the flag.
Pledge
you
of
got to find the
Allegiance.
flag because you know that's coming.
Yep.
You're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and you look to see if there's a piano. I like a good piano. I like a piano player at a civic club meeting.
Yeah,
where they sing a little bit.
Some hymns.
I like that. Well, maybe not a hymn, but I like a little singing at those civic club meetings. Old school.
It's so patriotic.
Yeah, well, it is.
That's
It's like a Norman Rockwell painting.
I can't think of a better place for you and Eddie to break bread.
Well, we did.
Did you guys sit at the same table?
We sat right by one another.
So he actually did eat with you.
Yeah.
We weren't even just in the same room.
No, we were side by side. That's exactly right.
You know, we had a call earlier, and we're getting some text about it, like about Pittman not being able to fix the offensive line last year. And JT said, I think what he was trying to say is he'll believe it when he sees it this year. Well, and that's fair. I mean, but look, that's everything. I mean, Mike Norvell last year, Florida State, great season, terrible injury, hosed out of the playoffs. Too bad. I'm a Mike Norvell fan. I know Mike, like him a lot. Felt bad for him. But like going into this year, I mean, they're a playoff contender. I mean, we do a show inside the college football playoff on ESPN. They're one of the schools we wanted to go to in fall camp, spend a day there. I mean, there are high expectations. You don't know what's going to happen. They can recover.
Well, I mean that's a good question.
teams.
But look, here's the deal. If you lose to Georgia Tech, you're not done losing. The idea that this was an aberration.
Okay, let me take the other side of that.
All right, take it.
I have no idea how good Georgia Tech's going to be this year.
I thought they looked a lot better on the line of scrimmage, and I thought they were as big as Florida State. When you watched them on television, it's not very often you see a Georgia Tech team big up front, and they got size.
We're all supposed to know. Like you call the show, all Chuck and Bo, they'll know. We'll get their opinion. We don't know. You don't know. We don't know. I mean, we can tell you what it looks like.
Bart knows.
I think more than ever, and again, I don't think that the top teams in the country are necessarily changing because of NIL and the transfer portal and all that. They're going to stay up there. But more than ever, we can be surprised by results. Whether that's Georgia Tech, who knows what Arkansas is going to do. We played the clip from Pittman. He thinks they're as talented. Is this not like, how do you react to Pittman? We have as talented a team, including the year we had 21 COVID seniors. We have as talented a team as we've had since I've been here. That team won 9 games, beat Penn State in a bowl game. What's that? Oh,
here's
you're giving me hand signals? Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Here's what's got to happen, though. You got to win the close games that you won that
Connor
year.
Stallions just stole your signal.
That's right.
We got 2 minutes. You're going to be on Netflix later, Untold.
How much
Bart
time
Pullman.
we got left, Bart? How much time we got left?
About a minute and some change.
Okay. All right. Well, then
Live radio,
we're fine.
baby.
We got plenty of time to go.
I mean, he was flagging me down like I was running the wrong way.
I know.
Like you're lined up on the wrong side. Get over here in the slot.
He was giving you the 2-minute warning. You know, it's new in college football this year. You got to remember that.
Tell me.
You got the 2-minute warning now in college football.
But they don't even call it that. They call it the 2-minute timeout.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah. Like, what are we doing? Just
Wow.
call it the 2-minute warning. Come
Well,
on.
They don't want to sound too much like the NFL. Hey, Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric's one of our founding partners, and we're very happy about that. This is professional people. They are professional people. It is professional service for all of your home service needs. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric is the name to remember. There's been a lot of change in the home service industry, a lot of out-of-staters. Charlie Boyce is a former Razorback.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Boyce is as good as they come.
Threw
You
like
got a lot of former
218
Razorbacks
threw
who
like
are there.
218 pitches in one day.
Yeah, exactly
Or 2
right.
days to span.
That's exactly right. And you can schedule your appointment at gopascal.com. Arkansas-owned, Arkansas-operated.
Chuck and Bo Show. It's 6:56. We're glad you're here. 877-377-6963. We'll hear from you. Call or text, and we'll talk to Coach Pittman next hour as well.
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Pascal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopascal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Pascal price check. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Before you buy that next car or truck, stop by Broadway Motors in Van Buren. The best of the best for 2 straight years. Michael and his team offer the best prices on the best quality pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. They invite you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Or if you prefer to check out their inventory online or even do your financing online. Michael has built his reputation as a husband, father, and owner-operator since 2006. Broadway Motors, 806 Broadway in Van Buren, or online at BroadwayMotorsAR.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. A high this afternoon climbing back into the middle 90s, mainly clear sky tonight, an overnight low into the low 70s. Sunny skies on Tuesday, a high right around 95. And then Wednesday, mixed for clouds and sunshine, a high on Wednesday right around 95. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 3 days.
Summer is here and adventure is calling. Visit Southern Tire Mart for a new set of Yokohama tires to get your vehicle ready for summer travels. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let Southern Tire Mart ensure your vehicle is ready for the open road. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
When I need a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, I always choose the Inn at the Mill. It's centrally located in the heart of NWA at the Johnson exit off I-49 and is the most unique choice of hotels in the region. Whether you're in town for the game, a concert at the Amp, business travel, or just a weekend away, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious, clean room ready for you. Reserve your stay at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800, or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Previously heard.
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, this timed up perfectly with Eddie calling like at the end of the last segment.
That's so true. That's great. Hey, thanks, man. You're doing a great job. Appreciate the cues.
Yep, sure thing.
The Chuck and Bo Show. A show of record for Razorback fans.
Ready to roll right now, Bo. Can you believe we're doing this? Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio. That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. And Fayetteville Auto Park. Here is Chuck and Bo.
All right, hour 2 of the Chuck and Bo Show. I feel a little more settled now as we get into the second hour. What about you?
I feel like I've been up all day.
Well, you have been.
Good morning.
Hey,
good morning.
Bart's the picture of bright and early this morning. Bart was the last one in.
Look, I mean, come on. Cut me a little bit of slack. For the last time, we were doing radio, we were on at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right. You're the producer. You're the first one here.
You're the most important person.
You
really are.
That is the furthest thing.
Here's how it works.
It's not.
Here's how it works. Bo and I walk in. You've been here since, I don't know, 4. You've got everything laid out.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee made.
Oh, okay.
Breakfast bars, whole deal. And
the expectations have been set.
Yeah.
All right. That's the standard.
Okay.
See it for tomorrow.
You can get your own coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, coffee's fine. We don't worry about the coffee, but
I do like a good breakfast bar. I'm not going to lie to you. 877-377-6963. That's the number that'll get you into the program. You can call us. You can text us. Listen live on hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line app and the @Chuck and Bo Show social media.
Yeah, which
has been outstanding over the weekend.
Right.
You guys have done a wonderful job.
Chuck's been sharing it with people. It's awesome.
And as you might imagine, if you've looked at it, I'm sure the first thing you thought was, well, Chuck must be behind that because it's so good.
Right.
And
if you don't believe them, just go to Best Buy. They'll tell you.
But I have to give credit where credit's due. You guys have really done a masterful job at that.
The Geek Squad's online too. They want their license back.
Well, see, I got to take those headphones back now.
Yeah.
I've got to go back in there now and exchange those.
I'm following you.
Stand in the return line. Nothing more humiliating than that.
I am following you with a camera.
Well, that's
your
really,
return trip to Circuit City. I am
Circuit City.
I mean, Radio Shack. Let's follow Chuck back to Radio Shack.
That's the problem right there.
Yeah,
because that's the store I know my way around. I know my way around to Radio Shack, and now they're all out of business.
I got to tell you, Radio Shack.
Is the one on
underrated.
North College still open?
No.
Is the one on North College is close
across the street? No, it's closed. We used to go over there and just get stuff.
All the time.
Radio Shack's underrated. It is.
I agree, and I can't understand why it went out of business. If
Getting a text here, Chuck, that during the breaks, occasionally you can hear us talking as we try to figure out what in the world is going on. And my recommendation to you
would be to go to YouTube and you might hear some things there that you otherwise wouldn't hear. Like maybe we can't say on the air that, if you just want some
Like,
raw,
what are you doing?
unfiltered trash that happens during the breaks, maybe go to YouTube, hit that line app. Honestly, people ask, hey, where can I listen to the show? And I can give you the radio stations, but also like if you just go to the Hit That Line app or hitthatline.com. Do you know anything about apps, Chuck? Do you know
Yes,
how to
I do.
download an
And
app
here's
on your
the
phone?
reason. Here's the reason. In
And you
all
can hear it
seriousness,
anywhere.
here's the reason radio will never die. Because if you've got a phone, you've got a radio. It's not like it's the truth. If you've got a phone, you've got a radio. It's the truth.
The afternoon guys are going to have so much fun.
I don't care. I'm just saying, if you got a radio, if you got a phone, you got a radio.
Phone, you've got a radio.
I know.
In case you didn't know.
But my point is,
I've
to
got
echo
social
what
media
you
gold
were
over
saying,
here, by the way.
What you were saying was that if you can listen online. It's the bottom line.
It is the
bottom line.
The bottom
is you can
line, hit
listen
that
online.
line.
All right, Mr. Smarty, take over.
Yeah, 877-377-6963. Text us, call us. Sam Pitman's coming up around 7:30. If you're getting out in traffic today, be careful. Chuck wants to do traffic reports, but we don't know how yet. We've got a helicopter. We're working on getting a helicopter up to just kind of yeah. I mean, Chuck wants to be a full service morning show.
Is Chuck gonna
He's
fly
like
it?
traffic and weather on the 8s.
Chuck, can you fly a helicopter?
No, he's gonna go live.
Okay,
to Bart in the
all right.
jetcopter traffic
All right.
report.
I had a lot of big dreams, and admittedly, they were centered around the way things were 15 or 20 years ago. I will admit that, and thankfully, you guys have caught me up.
Hey, I want to go back to the topic of when Sam Pitman says it's the most talented team that he has. 877-377-6963 and call or text. We'll give out the number more than we probably should because it's new to us too. But when he says that, what's your reaction?
All right. My honest thought on the whole deal is that, hey, talent's really important. I'm not saying it's not important. You got to have it. But I feel like Arkansas's issue last year, at least one of the issues, and it manifested itself on the field, but I just never felt like the locker room was exactly what it needed to be. I'm not in the locker room. So for me to say that I definitely think that would be out of line. But my suspicion all year long was, something's not quite right. NIL's got a lot to do with what's going on right now. The challenge, I think, for head coaches to manage locker rooms is harder than it's ever been before. Pittman talked about this the other day. You walk into a position group room, you've got 7 or 8 guys in there. They're all making different money in terms of NIL, and you can bet that some of them are at the very least wondering about what the other guy's making. And if they know, they may or may not be happy about it. Some people, just like in real life, like to show off a little bit. They got a little money in the bank. They like to make damn sure everyone knows about it. And I think some of that creeps into locker rooms in college football now because you're giving immature adults too much money. And I think all those things factor in to how difficult it is for a head coach. So yes, talent is very, very important. You cannot win without it. But I honestly believe how you manage the locker room is the trick in the modern era because it ain't like what it was when we were growing up.
When I
was growing up. All right. I meant the collective we.
I understand. Here's what I would say that maybe is a twist to recruiting or, going out in the transfer portal now. Guys that you bring into your team. Okay. Think about Calipari from this standpoint. Everybody has big time recruits out there. Everybody has NIL out there. What I see from Cal is he goes and finds the guy that knows how to handle the stage and the money. And he brings that guy in, and that guy's not a problem. If you don't know how to be that guy, it creates a problem in the locker room. We've heard all kinds of things about last year, right? What if the guys they have on this year's team that are making the money are able to handle it and understand how to be and for it not to change them. That's part of what you've got to do as a coach now. Like I'm looking at you going, okay, is this a character guy or not? Now I'm asking, are you a character guy and do you have the ability to have money in your pocket and still be a character guy in my locker room? And from what Pitman has said, he feels like he has that this year. So he's got talent. He's got that. What does that lead to? Again, we don't know. You're going to see unpredictable results, I think, the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season until everything settles in, because we have so many factors now with NIL, transfer, all of these things, rosters changing dramatically. What is the chemistry going to be? So if you're looking at it from an Arkansas perspective, I don't know what it's going to be like. But I'm just telling you what he says about the character on his team and the talent level. That's not a terrible place to be going into the first game.
One thing we did see in the year that Arkansas went to the Outback Bowl, and frankly, we saw it last year work to the opposite. Momentum is a really powerful thing. Momentum, building some momentum early on. Again, go back to the close games that they won in the year that they went to the Outback Bowl, and then look at what's happened in the close games since then. That, to me, tells the story. And all of this stuff ties in, but I think character now more than ever, and by character, I'm not saying you got to help little old ladies across the street every day, but I'm saying you've got to have the character within you that allows you to put aside maybe your personal resentments, which generally speaking revolve around money, and work for the team, work for the common goal, so to speak. That is a hard thing for adults to do. It's particularly hard for an 18 or a 19 or a 20-year-old to do. I think the mature locker rooms, pick your sport, the mature locker rooms are the ones that at the end of the season are generally playing for the most.
It's going to have a huge impact one way or the other for Arkansas. 877-377-6963. We're brought to you in part by the Fayetteville Auto Park, First Security Bank, Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric, and Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. We're grateful for them, big partners on this show, making it possible. We're grateful for you. And the Chuck and Bo Show continues in a moment.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations. I made some good calls today. You sure did.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Pascal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopascal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Pascal price check. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978. Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brand, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
End of season savings are yours right now on Kubota hay equipment at Gray Brothers, including the new DM Series disc mowers, or try Kubota's DM Series trail mowers. And for the prettiest bale of hay on the market, try Kubota's VV Series round bale.
All right, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Hello, YouTube.
Talk, Bart.
YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
X, Facebook,
Twitch,
all the places.
Slack, whatever.
Hey, if you're on
Hey, what do we
YouTube,
download this Slack thing for? Why do we go through that? What are we using that for?
it's a way to message during the show, but we look,
What about good old-fashioned text?
bro.
All right, bro.
There's
Bro.
4 different things that you have not mastered yet.
I don't answer to
That's
bro.
fifth.
I don't answer to bro. Hey,
Bruh. How about bruh?
Bruh.
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 They don't use that kind of language on Facebook.
Yeah, whatever.
It seems like everything.
So I like a good dog video. Sue me.
If
I do. I like dog videos.
If Facebook had a tagline, it would say a 60-year-old white male.
Well, of course. Of course.
For 60-year-old white males everywhere.
Hey,
This is YouTube exclusive
if
content.
If you
on the
ever
Chuck and Bo
doubt,
Show.
if you ever doubt that the world's going to hell in a handbasket, just put on Facebook, man. I mean, there's always some, I mean, it's just like
Twitter's worse.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's right. I'm sure that's
X.
right. I don't do that. I don't do the Twitter.
All right, so let's get into this break a little early.
All right.
Because Pittman's coming up at 7:30.
All right.
Check us out online.
So
or stop by and see us at
that would
downtown
be-
Fort Smith at 901 North 11th Street. Wheeler Power Sports. Keep
That'd be like
we're coming back here in
I'd say like 25 after 26, like 9 minutes.
Got you.
On ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. Here is Chuck and Bo.
7:18, Chuck.
It is.
Good morning.
18 minutes past the hour. What do you what
Classic
Yeah, I
radio
know.
talk.
Right there.
73.
That's right. 73 degrees. And what about AI voice guy? What do you think?
He's kind of growing on me.
I like the hard driving
we're
music.
not-
I
we're
like
not-
the hard driving
Yeah,
music.
we're not settled on this, but it is different. It is unique, and I think we can have some fun with it. And we're going to, like we had him. We can have him do anything, and we're going to get it to where
you're talking about AI like it's a person. I'm really enjoying this.
Don't get me started on this. We cannot go into this sideways whatever thing that you were just about to go down. Sounds like a guy to me, Bart. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
He identifies as a he.
Stop.
AI guy identifies
Stop it.
as a
That'll
he.
be fine.
All right.
That'll be fine.
I'm not going any further.
That'll
I'm
be
just
fine.
saying.
Not even where I was going.
That'll be fine. How about a soundbite?
Yeah, there we go.
With
Bail
the
us out.
portal, you can change your team pretty fast. You have to have the NIL money to do it because you're buying, you're trying to outbid the next guy. But you can change your team pretty fast. And I think that we did after last season, we sat down and addressed the changes we needed, whether it be the coaching staff, players, whatever it is. And I think we've done a really good job of replacing either kids that graduated, went in the portal, and coaches. I think we've done I'm proud of the job that we've done in both those areas.
We'll talk to Pittman in about 10 minutes.
You just look up and down the two deep, and he talks about, how they identified their areas of need. And you look at the players that they went out and got. And folks have talked about the offensive line already. Carmona at the left tackle spot. You've added Nichols at the center spot. You brought Blackstock in on the right tackle or at the right tackle spot. But you've also added depth through the portal. Joe Moore is a guy who's new on the team. And so you just look up and down the roster, and some of them are starters. Some of them are guys that are going to provide depth. I wonder about on the defensive side of the ball, a guy like Anton Junecash. He was a sack machine when he was at Albany State, I guess it was, or Alcorn State. And so, this guy's a player. And I think every staff does that. It would be nice if you could go into the transfer portal and bring in a guy that's just going to completely change your team. But in football, that's hard to do. Now, if you bring in a great quarterback, you bring in a guy that's a game-changing quarterback, kind of like I think Georgia Tech, a big part of their win Saturday was that new quarterback that they've got. Sometimes that can be the difference. But it's hard to just bring in one guy and change the face of your football team. You must go through a really tough self-evaluation, and it sounds like that's what they did.
Well, and they've got some key components back. A lot of the receiving core. The defensive line's another one. By the way, a positive, I mentioned, Pittman saying that, they have the most talented team since he's been here. And the negative that I heard when I saw some comments from coaches was that the entire defensive line, like T. Will was talking about how they're really close, but then he accidentally said that they all went to Miami together on spring break. And I wanted to say that, Miami bans people from coming there on spring break. It's so bad. So I'm glad maybe that's a positive. They all made it back. Everything's,
Band of brothers.
we went to the band spring break spot and we made it back. But it does sound like that they went out, they kept the nucleus of their team that they needed to keep. They added the pieces that they wanted to add. Again, it doesn't mean they're going to win 10 games. Don't know if they'll win 6 games. Don't know what they're going to win. But all you can do when you have a season like last year is try and fix it. And it sounds like they went out and addressed the things they needed to address. By the way, what was your stat about Pittman?
17 starters back on this year's team.
17 guys with starting experience.
All right.
Right, but against the spread as a coach.
Just
17, 8-1.
There you go.
As an underdog against the spread. That's what Bart said.
7 outright upsets as well.
He's got the book right over there.
That sounds like a guy that should coach at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Sounds like a classic Arkansas coaching resume. 3777.
Yeah.
You almost said the old number.
Sorry. I was reading that off the wall at a truck
I
stop.
still know the number.
It's all messed up. My bad.
I still know the number to Sports Wrap, like from 15
Go for
years
it.
ago.
What is it?
877-277-389-82.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
You
Maybe
missed-
I don't know exactly what it is. but-
Somebody's going to call that. and
Hey,
see
let
who
me
picks
ask you.
up now.
Let me ask you a question about that.
All right.
Let me give the number first. 877-377-6963, as listed on the truck stop wall in Greenland. Chuck, how have things changed for Razorback fans since you did Sports Wrap back in the, what was it, the 80s, 90s?
It was. It was very interesting, in all honesty. When we started the show back it was 94. Basketball was at its zenith. I mean, it had never been more popular than it was right then. I mean, Arkansas had just won the national championship in basketball. So, I mean, it was as big as it gets. And football was not a year-round sport then. It was not until 1998 when football became a year-round conversation point in terms of sports talk radio. I mean, it was discussed a lot, don't get me wrong. But it became a year-round sport then, and that's fueled sports talk radio.
Football-wise, have expectations changed in 20 years? In your mind?
I think when you look at the SEC right now, and I've said this before, there's 16 teams in the Southeastern Conference this year. Every fan base out there, except Vanderbilt, says, I think expecting 7-8 wins every year, that's realistic. There's nothing unrealistic about that. Well, it's also mathematically impossible. I mean, there's just no way it can happen.
It's a winning I mean, not everybody can win. Somebody's got to lose.
I think that what happens is it's happened to Arkansas. I think it happens to other programs. You begin to say to yourself, when is it going to be us? If I'm not mistaken, you can look this up, Bart. I believe since Arkansas joined the SEC, I think 6 teams.
That's it. There's only 6 teams.
6 teams.
They're the 3
have won SEC championships.
Georgia, Florida, who else on the
Tennessee,
and then in LSU, Auburn, Alabama in the West.
And so it's hard to crack that glass ceiling.
Wow, they're going to use that as bulletin board material. Tennessee, I forgot them.
Yeah,
they're gonna. That's
That guy in Arkansas. Nobody respects you.
Sam Pitman's coming up next. We'll talk to the Arkansas head coach entering his 5th season as we continue here at 7:26 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show. 2 bald white guys with a face
Athletes love to say, hey, look good, feel good, play good. And that certainly can apply to everyday life. Meet my friend, Dr. Jeff Swetnam.
Cosmetic surgery has always been about looking better. And I think over the years, what I've figured out is if you don't feel good, it doesn't matter how you look. What vitality and wellness is all about is helping you look your best, not only look your best, but feel your best, and no matter what age you are. Some guys say getting old, you get shorter, you get fatter, you lose your sex drive. Some guys say that's just a natural thing that you're just going to have to live to and look forward to. But some guys are wrong. You don't have to do that. And if you want help with that, you come see us, Swetnam Cosmetic Surgery and the spa. We can help evaluate you and we can show you how some guys are wrong.
So we don't have to get it wrong. All right, time to look into getting it right. Guys, log on to SwetnamCosmetic.com for a free evaluation. SwetnamCosmetic.com. Time to feel and look better.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
Wound Wrap is your #1 resource for all things diabetes. It's now available on the Hit That Line podcast network.
Usually if your diabetes is not very well controlled and you're on 3 or more medication, oral medication, or if you're on insulin and it's diabetes is still not properly controlled, and I think that's where you want to seek the assistance of endocrinologist.
Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts and find it on hitthatline.com. Wound Wrap with Dr. Doug Friesen.
End of season savings are yours right now on Kubota hay equipment at Gray Brothers, including the new DM Series disc mowers, or try Kubota's DM Series trail mowers. And for the prettiest bale of hay on the market, try Kubota's VV Series round baler. With Gray Brothers low pricing and great interest rates from Kubota, it's time for your new hay equipment. That's Gray Brothers equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
It's summer clearance sale time at Jelco Outdoors. Save 25% off summer casual and fishing clothing by Ariat, Drake, Hook, Wrangler, and Under Armour. Old Town kayaks and canoes, marked to cost. Save hundreds of dollars on the Old Town while they last. Archers, get ready for early bow season. Don't miss the summer clearance sale at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The spring allergy and hay fever seasons are here, and Law's Drugstore has what you need to safely take care of you and your family. Law's Drugstore can fill and refill your prescriptions, and they have all of the over-the-counter allergy remedies to provide comfort. Call 452-6116 and ask about vaccine shot appointment for shingles, pneumonia, COVID, and whooping cough. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind the Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
With everyday low prices on top brands, locally owned Jaeger's Ace Hardware is committed to offering real service with real savings. Get these red-hot buys at any of our 4 locations. 8x10 blue poly tarp was $7.97, now only $3.50. 128-ounce Spectracide Bug Stop Spray, $5.97 with your Ace Rewards card. And get a DeWalt 20-volt Max Drill and Impact Driver Kit with bonus drill bit set and carrying bag for only $159 with your Ace Rewards card. Find more everyday low prices online at JaegersHardware.com.
Did you know that almost 80% of all advertising is spent on digital? This is Dale Daniels, Digital Sales Manager for ESPN Arkansas. And due to the growth in digital advertising, we have the opportunity for the right person to join our team. Digital and radio advertising go hand in hand, and we're looking for someone to help businesses grow with this powerful combination. If you have experience in broadcast and digital marketing or business,
all right, Ty.
No coach yet.
Sales at
Okay.
hithatline.com. Pearson Broadcasting.
As soon as he gets on, I'll
All right.
patch him in quick.
You can do the ad.
All
You're
right.
listening
Bart,
to
you're
the
up.
Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Hey, Steve. How you doing, man? That's kind of how we're doing.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Back to Safe Sports Radio. Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
All right, we're glad you're back. Chuck and Bo Show, maiden voyage today. 877-377-6963. You can listen live on the hitthatline.com app, or, listen live on hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line app. I got a little ahead of myself right there. Hey, we're brought to you by Fayetteville Auto Park, First Security Bank, Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Sam Pitman coming up in just a few moments. First, though, I want to talk to you about my friends at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. You've heard me talk about them a long time because they've been my partners a long time. Been partners on this show for, 2.5 hours. Been partners all the way back on Sports Wrap to the mid-'90s. And they've been my personal partners, too. First time I bought a home, they were there, right up until the point where we are right now. And that's what I love about them, is they meet you right where you are. If you're the first time out, they understand that if you've been doing this your whole life, they understand that as well. You're always going to get the most trained real estate agent in the business. And now more than ever, you need a professionally trained real estate agent on your side of the table, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, since 1978, turning houses into homes.
Coach Sam Pitman joins us. Coach, heading into year 5, we're heading into day 1 here. So
Hey, I think this is you two guys hooking up together on this. I think it was a great idea, and I think this is going to be wonderful for the fans and the guys in the state of Arkansas. I when Kyle told me you guys were getting together, I thought it was fantastic. I think it's going to go great.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate you hopping on for the first show. You know, you and I sat down last week for a hog pod. You're heading into year 5. And we talked about kind of the state of the union and where you are. And I was just struck by the fact that you said, man, we have, I think, as talented a team as we've had since I've been here, even dating back to when you had all those seniors coming out of COVID. What's giving you that feeling, Coach, as you've watched this team progress in the offseason and throughout fall camp?
I think the first thing is I think we're a little deeper than what we've had at most positions. I don't know how deep we are up front on the offensive line, maybe 8 guys, 7, 8 guys. I don't know, looking back even when I was offensive line coach at Georgia or here before, or Tennessee or wherever it may be, North Carolina, that we were much deeper than that anywhere that I've been. That doesn't mean that 8, 9, and 10 aren't good players. They may not be quite ready yet. But in all these, we're deep at running back, deep at quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, linebacker, D-line. So I think part of that optimism is that we have more depth than we've had in the past. And then we have some really, really good SEC players on our team at critical positions. And I just like the feel of the team. I like the leadership of the team. And we'll be tested. Once we get tested, we'll figure out if we can, how good our leadership is, both through the coaching ranks and through the players. But as of right now, I really, really like all those things to answer your question, Bo.
Coach, you were talking there a little bit about, the feel for your team, the locker room, the character, the togetherness, all those intangibles. It sounds like listening to you speak, you like where you are in that regard.
I do. And again, your first test is going to be when you get down, going into the second half, going into the fourth quarter. How do you respond if, and hopefully we don't, but if we lose a game, how are we going to respond? And because there's 90-something% of the team's going to lose a game. Maybe 100% of the team's going to lose a game. And how do you respond? Those are where you get championship, big bowls, playoff teams, whenever you have a team that can respond the right way. And I just feel very, very confident that that's what our coaching staff and our players are going to do. So I feel as good as I've felt since Grant Morgan and Bumper and those guys were kind of running the team back 2.5 years ago.
Coach, when I watch some of these openers, I think this has to be a coach's worst nightmare. You can have your mock game and you can get everybody ready, but how challenging is it that first couple of weeks of the season? You know, Chuck and I are in here. We've both done a million radio shows, and we're in here today, and everything's kind of new, and we're just kind of getting everything figured out. We were in here all day yesterday getting ready, but when the lights come on, you don't know how everybody's going to react.
No, you really don't, especially now. And, Pine Bluff, our opponent, I think they had somewhere around 62 guys or 52 guys come in at the end of July. And, I mean, it's just a new era of football. And you're right. You really don't know exactly what you have. That's why we went live 4 different times in the fall camp. Now, 2 of them were full scrimmages and 2 of them were situational football, but it was live, and we did the same thing in spring. And, we're trying to find out who we have before we have to really figure it out, and each and every week you have some team that gives you clips that of things to do and things not to do on a Saturday, and we're certainly going to try to stay off the not to do list for other teams to show teaching tape on, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. We just had two clips from 2 different teams from this past weekend that I'm sure their coaches went over those situations, and it just turned out to really hurt the team. So you don't know exactly what you have until you run out there, but I do like what we've done special teams wise, how we've stressed our kids. I think we know the team about as well as we can know it before live action comes on Thursday night.
Coach Sam Pitman with us, and Coach, coming out of last year, fans want to talk about the offense, and then you go hire Bobby Petrino, and then here comes Talon Green. Maybe not schematically, but how would you describe the biggest difference that you feel like you have on offense versus maybe last year?
Well, first of all, it's a confidence factor. And then second of all, it's the togetherness, and that has a lot to do with Bobby and the new guys on offense. It also has a lot to do with the new players. And, from Carmona to Blackstock to Nichols to Joe Moore, and then you can go to Quentin Jackson. I mean, there's just a lot, but it starts with the quarterback, starts with Talon, but the field is different because of the confidence that they have that they're going to go score. We know they're not going to score every single time they go out there, but the belief that they can, that part of it certainly has changed. And then once you believe that you can score, then you're caring and you're going through the whistle, and your motivation becomes different when you believe that you should and are going to go score every time you have the ball.
Coach, when you went out and you started looking for offensive linemen in the portal, what were you looking for there? You kind of touched on Carmona a minute ago. Was being a vocal leader part of all this? Just kind of walk us through what your criteria were there.
Specifically, we wanted to go out. We had to get tackles. I mean, that was the first thing. And then once we identified, I'm going to say 8 to 10 that we felt like could play, we ranked them. And then we wanted to find out about character, and we wanted to find out about the skill to be a good teammate, a guy to make somebody around him better. I think that's really a huge key in the portal. An athlete's just an athlete, but an athlete that cares about his teammates becomes a team builder. And we've all seen great athletes that aren't very good football players because they're so selfish and self-centered these guys were not. And so then those are the guys we decided, hey, well, this is where we're going to go and try to change our team. So it started at tackle, and then it started with leadership and character. After that, then we went to the center spot. We felt like we really needed to find a center. And fortunately, Addison Nichols was a guy that I had recruited at Georgia. So I knew more about him. I knew more about his family. And when he became available, that was just such a big get for us, because I knew he was a really good player, but also a really good kid that had those type qualities, just like Josh Braun. Fortunately, I was able to recruit him to Georgia, and I knew him and his family. So it's so critical now that you get these linemen that are great people that come from good families, but they also have this unique ability to lead. And every line I've ever had had a little cockiness to them, had a lot of leadership to them, and had a ton of fight to them. And that's what we're developing. I won't say, Chuck, that we're there right now today, but I believe we've got the right people up there to get there.
All right, enough football talk. Did you do anything fun this summer?
Well, I didn't do a whole lot. I mean, I went to Vegas for a couple days.
Whoa.
Went saw Lionel Richie. And,
Okay.
And he was really, really good. And then I spent a lot of time at the lake, the time that I had at the lake. I like to go to the lake twofold. I love the water and all that about it, the people of Hot Springs and Arkansas. But the other thing is I'm not too far away from the university, and if I need to get back and come back in the morning and watch the workouts and then get back to the lake, it's not that difficult. And I hate to go too far away from the kids in the summer, even though we need our time as well. But not much more now. I didn't get to see a whole lot of concerts. Usually Jamie and I go to a whole lot of concerts. Didn't get much of that this summer, but certainly each and every year we try to do something that's water-based and music-based, and it's a lot of fun. It's relaxing for us.
I can't figure out whether I'm more disappointed that summer's ending or I'm more excited that football's beginning. But
I think it's the latter. You don't make a lot of money off of your summer plans. People don't keep calling in about what you do. They're looking for that information on what the Hogs are getting ready to do.
Well, Coach, thanks for hopping on this first show with us. We look forward to talking to you throughout the season. We wish you and the team the best. And going into your 5th year, I know you're excited about it.
Very excited. And again, guys, I'm so excited you two guys got together, because this is going to be a fantastic merge of two wonderful people. And just really excited you guys decided to get together.
Thank you, Coach.
Really kind of you. Sam Pitman, thanks again, Coach. Good luck to you this season. Sam Pitman with us on the Chuck and Bo Show. It's 7:44.
That's what we need to do, is have a situation where Pittman goes like skiing and people are breaking it down. I don't know if he can, they're breaking down whether or not he's able to do the slalom and all that stuff.
Yeah. I really wanted to get into a lot more of his summer, but I figured
he likes his concerts. He likes his summer concerts. He does.
Plan. I just wanted does he float? Does he get in the water and lay in the water with a life jacket, or you got one of those
floaty?
Like a floaty. Yeah. I mean, that's
like an inner tube.
That's the lake life, man.
It is.
877-377-6963. We'll recap Coach Pittman's conversation when we come back.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened, and perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well, in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com.
Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state. And you can add Flyway Brewing to the list, a craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Zion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
It's kickoff in Arkansas and the 76th anniversary of Razorback football inside historic War Memorial Stadium. Begin the holiday weekend right with tailgating, the Hog Walk, the UA and UAPB marching bands, and Razorback football's 2024 opener. Call the Hogs on Thursday night, August the 29th, in a historic in-state matchup with the UAPB Golden Lions. Kickoff set for 6:30. Get your tickets at ArkansasRazorbacks.com, and we'll see you on Thursday, August 29th, 6:30 in Little Rock.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel, 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
This summer at Hardee's, the BLT gets an upgrade with the new Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT hand-breaded chicken sandwich. The classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato, atop a famous charbroiled burger or signature hand-breaded chicken sandwich, all between two thick slices of toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Participation may vary. Exclusions apply by time of day.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3.
Check. Do.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio. Here is Chuck and Bo.
I like that music there.
That's my guy right there. That's my man.
I like that.
That's my dude, man.
Who?
Like the voice guy.
Oh, yeah.
We were at dinner last night.
AI guy.
He's like, would you like a Chardonnay?
He's got it down. I mean, he's got the voice down.
Chuck.
Yeah. 877-377-6963 is the number. You can listen live on hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line app.
Hey, somebody asked via text if Bart was responsible for misspelling your last name on YouTube.
What happened?
I would like to say that I was not responsible for that. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. I just want to know. I just want everybody to know that I was not responsible for that.
Well, I don't even know why we have a last name on there.
Yeah,
It's just Chuck. Like when you go in the Hall of Fame, and I got just dragged along on this because we were just going to use Chuck's name, and then I was so it's Bo. But when you go in the Hall of Fame, you're a one name guy. Like when I say Clay, I don't have to say Clay Henry. He's a Hall of Famer. Like every other Clay can deal with that, but that Clay's that Clay.
Bono, Cher.
That's right. Prince.
Prince.
That's exactly right.
Those are the luminaries you share with.
Charlie.
Sorry about your last name, Chuck. We're just going to get rid of it.
That's all right. Charlie in Camden, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, first time calling on this one, Chuck. How you doing?
Man, doing great. Thanks for calling, Charlie. Welcome.
Well, I have never talked to Bo, but I'm a huge fan of him. I love the
Thanks, Charlie.
the two bald guys that are really cool and just awesome. And Sam made a good point. You guys are going to do awesome. But I want to make a quick point because I'm going to lose y'all here in just a second with my service. But what Sam has done here, whatever happens this year, I hope people understand what he's done here has been a success. I know there have been some struggles the last few years. If it were to not work out, I am thankful for what he has done for this program. You guys are not going to get many calls like this, but I just remember the Chad Morris days and made me want to throw up a few times. So I'm excited for this year. I hope it works out.
Hey, I appreciate the call, Charlie. Thanks for your kind words. You know, he brings up an interesting point. I mean, look, there's two camps here, right, Chuck? There's the glass half full, positive. You know, it can be better. It can, you know, we can improve. Arkansas can win more games than you think this year. And then there's the crowd that's just like, it's not good enough. And here's what I've always tried to do, and I believe you have. Try to give you some perspective and some historical perspective on the challenges of winning in football at Arkansas. And now NIL's involved. And it's not even just about keeping up with the biggest NIL programs. It's about outperforming them if you're going to pass them. And one thing Pittman did when he came here is he did turn it back into a real football program. You know, you won 4 games in 2 years with Chad Morris. That did not go well, obviously, right? He restored. He had to go through COVID, do all that. I'm not saying that last year wasn't a failure. I look at last year, though, and I see reasons why it was a failure. Bad offensive coordinator hire, not a fit for KJ Jefferson, some injuries like Luke Haas, and then your offensive line just did not show up. And you had some injuries there, too. So those things are not excuses. They're just, that's what happened. And so, yeah, you got to win games or you lose your job. But I also can see how you could fix those things and have a better year. Also depends on who you play, how good they are. But the idea that Sam Pitman is just trash and didn't do anything, I agree with Charlie. I think Sam Pitman has done some good things here. Last year was not as good.
When I look at coaches now, whether it's a Razorback coach, when I just do my own personal evaluation, which in the grand scheme of things means nothing, I more and more view it like professional sports. The coaches that I really have a lot of respect for in professional sports are the ones that do more with less, the ones who have a stingy owner, the ones who can't sign the big free agent ever, but still find ways to get in the hunt every year. I look at college sports now, guys, particularly college football. There's a lot of coaches out there that simply do not have the NIL budget to field a championship team on paper. They just don't. They've got to overachieve. It's hard to do. The ones with the most cash are the ones that are winning.
I like what Pittman said about confidence. When you feel good, when you have confidence,
I want to get back to that, too.
You play better. We'll do that next hour. You can join the fun at 877-377-6963. Hope you're driving safe wherever you're going this morning. Just be patient in that traffic. The Chuck and Bo Show, here to get you through it, 7:56.
Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. A high this afternoon climbing back into the middle 90s, mainly clear sky tonight, an overnight low into the low 70s. Sunny skies on Tuesday, a high right around 95. And then Wednesday, mixed with clouds and sunshine, or high on Wednesday, right around 95. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 3 days.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. We dial 782-8940.
Coach Todd Holland, head baseball coach of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. I call 782-8940.
Stay cool this summer with a York High Efficiency HVAC unit. Or for more information on endless hot water and high efficiency tankless water heaters, give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Join Matt Jones Thursday, August 29th from 11 to 1 at Red River Credit Union at Greenpoint Shopping Center. It's the battle for the Golden Bottle pre-tailgate party. Come out and enjoy free food and games as Red River Credit Union battles United Federal Credit Union for the Golden Bottle. Whoever collects the most diapers, wipes, formula, or cash wins. All donations go to Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center here in Fort Smith. That's Thursday from 11 to 1 at Red River Credit Union in Greenpoint Shopping Center on Rogers Avenue.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
With everyday low prices on top brands, locally owned Jaeger's Ace Hardware is committed to offering real service with real savings. Get these red-hot buys at any of our 4 locations. 8x10 blue poly tarp was $7.97, now only $3.50. 128-ounce Spectracide Bug Stop Spray, $5.97 with your Ace Rewards card. And get a DeWalt 20-volt Max Drill and Impact Driver Kit with bonus drill bit set and carrying bag for only $159 with your Ace Rewards card. Find more everyday low prices online.
1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2. All right, Bart, you're up 2. Don't say any bad words.
Check.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Check.
5. 1, 2.
Yeah. Hey.
David.
Chuck and Bo.
There we go.
Chuck and Bo.
All right, we're going to go to the phones. What do you think?
Yeah. Chuck and Bo.
I need a little more volume on that.
Well, that return's low.
Okay.
That's all. But that, crank
All
your
right.
return.
Uh-oh.
That's Nelson. David and Cersei is who you're going to.
All right.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Arkansas growing, it deserves an intelligent sports radio. Two tall white guys with a face for radio.
There you go.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco, Air, Plumbing, and Electric. And Fayetteville Auto Park. Here is Chuck and Bo.
I'm just going to say it as we begin hour 3. I think you've got too close a personal relationship with the AI guy. I think he's got to go. He's got to go.
I'm a shill for the AI guy.
You are a shill. You're a
I
corporate
promise
shill.
you.
You're a corporate
I
shill.
promise
You got stake in this AI company.
Yeah, we got Pitman on. We got the
know.
AI guy on. I mean, you can tell the people that we really have relationships with today.
Brought to you in part by Fayetteville Auto Park, First Security Bank, Pascal Air, Plumbing and Electric, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. The Chuck and Bo Show on the air, first time today, 877-377-6963. You can listen live on hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line app.
Yeah, which I know you're a big fan of technology. It's
I
going to be
am.
one of the things that sort of evolves
This
as
is
we
going to
move
change
forward.
my life. It's going to change my life.
We need to get you like a Twitter account, maybe. Get you on X.
I'll tell you what I want. Can I confess right here? I want someone to slide into my DMs. You know, I read all the time about these celebrities where somebody's been sliding into their DMs. Now, for you lay people, DMs are direct messages. It's kind of an industry term that those of us who are a little more savvy use.
I'm going to be honest.
But I want someone to slide into my DMs. It's just
I'm
a
not sure
personal
I'm
goal.
entirely comfortable with this
I don't even know what it means. I don't know exactly what it means. But I know when I read about people sliding into someone's DMs, it sounds appealing to me.
Let's go to the phone lines.
All right, David and
before we
Cersei.
get
David,
carried
you're on
away.
the Chuck and Bo Show.
DMs. Chuck's begging for DMs.
That's right. David, you're
David,
up, man.
welcome in.
Well, I'll tell you what. A couple of weeks ago, when I heard that. By the way, Bo, I used to call in on your show all the time. You were my favorite.
I remember your voice.
Yes, sir. And Chuck, my goodness, an Arkansas icon. When I heard that you two were going to be together in the morning, that I could listen to, I thought, you have got to be kidding me. Because first of all, Bo, when you left, I almost cried. I thought, Jesus Lord, what are we going to do now? Hey, listen.
That's kind.
An old 69-year-old guy here who helps his wife get around in the morning. She's not in real good health. Help her get around and get a grandson off to school, and then maybe run down to the farm and fill the corn feeders up for the deer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is wonderful because it's not the regular frivolity and silliness you hear on the radio.
No, it's about getting in Chuck's DMs.
Now, it's all up to you a little bit.
That's right.
Really
Yeah, it's we have a very strict goofing off policy, David. We're all for it.
But in all seriousness, I just want you guys to know how much this actually means to old guys like me who have kept up and still have a hard time getting over 69 games.
Well, we appreciate that. David, let me ask you a question. Are you on Facebook? Okay, so you're obviously friends with Chuck.
Absolutely.
Facebook was meant for you and Chuck, and right in that category. You guys should, that's your NIL deal, Facebook.
Since you did let me on the air, let me give you ask you one question.
Bring it.
Personally, I'm a warrior. I've always been a warrior. Does it bother anybody that with the ankle injury that Jackson went through last year, the running back, that he's been held out a little here and there? Is anybody else worried about this situation? Like, oh my God, here we go again. What do you
That's a good question. Hey, David, thanks for the call. It's great question. I think, Chuck, sometimes when you have a committee of running backs, it means you don't have any running backs. I think they've got depth at that position. And, Petrino said something that I just kind of picked up on about trying to figure out, they're still working on their identity and all that. But he said, our run game, I think we understand our run game. Our communication has been solid. But when you have the run game kind of figured out, and by the way, I thought it was really important that he brought a running backs coach in that he knew and a receivers coach that he knew. And that combination for him, it's all about being able to, we all know this if you follow football, you got to be able to run the football. Anytime you have an injury at any position, it's a starter or somebody that's going to play a lot, yes, it's concerning. But I think that position and Petrino's ability to be able to coach schematically in the run game is as important as anything. And the depth there is a positive.
You look at these backs, and I'm looking at the depth chart right now. Jackson, Russell, Hill, Dubinion, not necessarily in that order, but you've got different physical builds. Dubinion's 201. Jackson 6'2", 233. This is a big kid. He's a big kid. Originally started as a quarterback. Braylon Russell, 253 pounds. Rodney Hill, 186. Tells me these are situational players. Maybe, and by that I mean, in a certain situation, you may have one of those players in when you may not have, in a different situation, that player on the field. I think they've got some interchangeable parts there is what I'm driving at. I do like the fact that Jackson has played quarterback before. I do like the fact that he sees the field as a quarterback. I think that gives them different things or different options offensively. But, going back to what you guys were talking about with Pitman, Bart brought this up a minute ago, the confidence factor. I remember when Petrino was a head coach, and it seemed like at times it was confidence through fear. I mean, it was confidence through fear because you knew that everything that you'd gone through in practice that week, the game was going to pale by comparison. Whatever you were going to hear from someone on the other side of the ball or from a fan in the stands was going to pale in comparison to what you'd heard during the course of the week. Now, you fast forward 10, 12 years down the road. I don't know if you can instill confidence through fear the way you once did. I'm just not sure. But I do know that Bobby Petrino has the knack of making kids feel like they can do more than maybe they're capable of doing. He uses a variety of tactics for it. I saw him when he was the head coach.
Well, it's preparation.
A variety of tactics. He understands the buttons to push, and they are going to be prepared. There will not be a situation come up that I don't think they've gone over in practice.
You're right. And by the way, it's a whole other topic on how you coach in today's world, and do you motivate by fear, and how do you get the best results? I think it's harder to do than ever to try to motivate by fear. I think you got to have a relationship with your players. If you're going to be Saban, people don't realize Saban had a relationship with his players. Like they just see him yelling on the sideline or whatever. But you go to a practice and he's hard and he's tough, but he has a relationship with the players. And Pitman does the same thing. Petrino, what I've always appreciated, to your point, is when you think your coach is so smart and he tells you this is going to work and you see it work and then you see it again and you see it again, who doesn't want that? Like, you want that from your boss. You want that from anybody in your life that's willing to give you a can't fail plan. And that's the confidence that you get from that preparation. You know, that we've seen it, the stories, right? Like he'll have a film session. It'll be, guys, this play is going for a touchdown this week. Guaranteed.
Oh, he believes it with all his heart.
And it happens more often than not.
These coordinators, particularly offensive coordinators, I mean, they just, you know, they sequester themselves in a film room, and I mean, they just, you know, they're looking for the weakness. They're looking for whatever they can find to give them an advantage. I always thought Petrino was really good at that.
Hey,
I mean, you're really, really good at that.
So I spent time with Taylor Green this summer. I've got to know him. Great young man. I think, like, we'll see how he plays. He's got a lot of talent, but a great young man. You've heard Pittman talk about his leadership abilities. Petrino has a relationship with players. So when they started recruiting Taylor out of the transfer portal, Petrino would call him every morning at 6:30, every morning. And Taylor finally told him, "Coach, I'm not up."
That's funny.
Like, let's try like lunch or something. But he, you know, and then I spent time with them in the film room, which is on Hogs Plus, if you haven't seen it. And Petrino's just having a relationship, talking, having fun with them, you know. And I think sometimes we don't realize the humanization of who we're talking about. Like I love storytelling because it humanizes people. And when you get back there and you see what's going on and how they interact, I know it sounds like you're looking for a way to be positive about this year's team, but that leadership and that chemistry and the relationship with the players and the coaches, it matters. Now, when it starts to go south, like Pittman told us earlier on the show, that's when you really find out what you have. It could be south in a game. It could be losing a game.
877-377-6963. HitThatLine.com, the Hit That Line app. Chuck and Bo Show.
Got a text here, Chuck, that said they couldn't get in your DMs, but they wanted to slide in on your text machine.
Yeah, I think maybe I made a mistake saying that.
We'll be right back on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brand, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Pascal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopascal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Pascal price check. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Okay, boys, I'm here. Line 2.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes.
Clay, I think they've set down their mics, but I hear you, buddy.
Okay.
And everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
With everyday low prices on top brands, locally owned Jaeger's Ace Hardware is committed to offering real service with real savings. Get these red-hot buys at any of our 4 locations. 8x10 blue poly tarp was $7.97, now only $3.50. 128-ounce Spectracide Bug Stop Spray, $5.97 with your Ace Rewards card. And get a DeWalt 20-volt Max Drill and Impact Driver Kit with bonus drill bit set and carrying bag for only $159 with your Ace Rewards card. Find more everyday low prices online at JaegersHardware.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm at the fly shop, but I locked the doors and put a sign up saying I'll be back in 15. So,
But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced
we won't get
technology
interrupted.
identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a
Nobody's
list of great
gonna go
matches to
by.
review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about Jam Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for Jam Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
All right, 1, 2.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
You're listening to
You want me to bring it back?
Yeah,
or you want
yeah,
to?
Listen anywhere and hit that line.
He's not usually that nice.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Is Chuck and Bo.
All right, glad you're back. Chuck and Bo. The first show continues, 877-377-6963. Our boy Clay Henry's on the line. Clay Henry, who probably knows me and Bo about as well as anybody when it comes to being on the air. Clay, what are you doing this morning?
I'm at the fly shop, Two Rivers Fly Shop in Norfolk, waiting for customers, and I'm tying flies.
Do you say, may I help you when they come in? Do you say may?
I say, hey, boys, look around. I'm here if you need me.
Okay.
Chuck sent you a message on Facebook. I don't know if you got it, but he wanted to let you know that there's not going to be on this show any talk of you being over on the North Fork or in the fly shop or any of that, because we want people to think that you're posted up outside the Broyles Center in the north end zone.
Well, he's full of crap.
Oh, he's pretty courageous. 100 miles away. He's really full of himself.
So
hey, I've had, it's better for me to be here and you to be there, because I've had stuff thrown at me in the studio when I messed up. It's like
that was Chuck.
That was Bo. That was Bo. That was Bo.
I think it was.
I just had you read rap lyrics.
And just think about this. I'm all excited. Got a new partner and sitting in there with Bo, and he says, "Chuck told me to give you a stool to sit on."
I did tell him that. because you get comfortable. That's what happens.
And he said, and then we get in the second break. He says, "Hey, Chuck told me not to let you just run on with your stories."
Your butt is mine. My music makes me so hard. Makes me say, oh my Lord, let me bust the funky lyrics. You can't touch this. Why you standing there, man? You can't touch this. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. I shake my tush on the catwalk.
This guy's running a fly shop right now in Norfolk.
Yeah, Shorty got down low and said, come and get me.
So this compilation.
Yeah. I think it's special.
Don't worry, we've only got a minute or two left of it.
So turn around and I'll pick up the slack. Yeah. Dirty babe.
See, this is the difference. Chuck would have never thought to do any of this.
I love it.
20 years
No, that's well.
That's
you know, you
fantastic.
didn't have music like that 20 years
Yeah.
ago.
Chuck didn't know that you knew all that music.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea you knew all the lyrics by heart, or we'd have been doing it.
They handed me the lyrics.
Read this. It was like Ron Burgundy and Anchorman.
That was
Keep it
Sawyer
classy.
Antlers. That was Sawyer, I think. Bart may have had something to do with it, but I think that was Sawyer front and center because he's the devious one out of the whole bunch. So last night, about 9:30, I'm doing a YouTube video on tying a new beetle pattern that I want to kind of make my own. So I'm looking at 10 different videos.
I'm blown away already. You were doing a YouTube video?
Beetle pattern?
Beetle pattern, yeah. Fly, to fish for brown trout.
Nah,
Do you have your own YouTube channel?
No, I'm watching 10 or 12 different,
Oh, you're watching it. You're not making a video.
I'm being coached. I'm watching different ones, and I'm trying to decide which of these tutorials fits best my skill level to be able to tie these flies. But one of them had music to it, and I was kind of humming along. And Jean Ann walks through the room. She says, "Oh, y'all are going to do lyrics tomorrow?"
She knew it was coming. She knew it was coming.
Well, I said, "No way they'll do that again."
Here we go. Here we go.
I
Just
like
give it a
big
try,
butt,
feel it.
and I cannot lie. Your other brothers can't do that.
The other brothers.
I can't do it. Oh. I can't get to the anaconda part. I just can't.
Oh, man, that stands the test of time right there.
Great moments in radio.
That is great. Clay, how are the Razorbacks going to be this year? That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, I think that you have to be careful because they'll call you a homer, and they'll call you.
That's an alert for a positive take.
Rose-colored glasses.
It's an alert for a positive take.
Rose-colored.
Warning.
Yeah, so you have to kind of
Don't you apologize for being a positive
you
guy.
don't know what anybody else has.
That's
And,
right.
I mean, if you saw LSU or you saw Ole Miss, you might think, well, our guys ain't got a chance against this bunch. I mean, that's real. That's how good they're going to be because, you're in the portal. If you hadn't fixed what ails you, you weren't trying. But having said that, I really believe that Travis Williams, what he's brought in depth-wise on defense is better than they've had in a long time. I think they're going to have a special defense. I think they can really run. I think they're better at defensive tackle than they've been in a long time as far as depth. They've got bulk. They've got ability to rush the passer. So I think they're going to be good on defense. We saw a glimpse of that last year. Nobody talks about that. That is just it's not on the table for discussion. You guys haven't been talking about defense. Y'all, I've listened to you. You're talking about Petrino in offense and offensive tackles and running backs and can they throw it? And that's what people want to see. But it starts that I believe they're going to be good on defense. So they're going to be competitive. That keeps you in games. And then I think they'll be able to score a little more.
I think we just got scolded, Chuck. I think we got scolded for missing the mark. We didn't get. Yeah, no, I think no, it's okay. You called us out. It's fair. It's fair. But they were good on defense last year.
They were.
And so you go to the problem.
Games, they just kind of let go of the ropes.
Yeah. But you think they're good on defense again. And it starts, look, I go up front on both sides of the ball. That's a starting point, right? Like if you're not any good there, you got no shot.
SEC football. Yeah.
You like them up front on offense?
Yeah, I think.
I know you want to talk about defense,
all
but
the way across. They're better at tackle, and they always say Coach Broyles started hammering on this. I mean, when I was about 13, I heard this, and it was like, then heard it again when I was 15. I've heard it from Coach Broyles for 50 years. All things being equal at quarterback. In other words, you better be good at quarterback.
Right.
That's a given. The team with the best tackles wins. And that's offensive tackles, and you can talk about it being defensive tackles. But if you're not good there, nothing else matters because you can't run it, you can't stop the run. And now I want to watch this first game. I'm going down Thursday night. I don't miss Little Rock games, and it's I've got to drive curvy roads in the sticks. But I'll be
He's talking to some constituents right now.
That's right. He knows his people.
We will know if they can line up and run the ball against this bunch. They They didn't do that last year in the first game. And everybody says, oh, they're vanilla. They're not showing this. No, boys, they got to be able to line up and run the ball. I think they will be able to, based on what I saw in the practice that I watched a full 2-hour practice and saw what they're doing and the concentration that they have in their power game. And I think they've got some power backs. I think they'll be able to do some things to move the line of scrimmage. And then it's with Petrino, everybody talks about he can draw up this play. No, it's play action. That's what he wants to do. He's going to run the ball, and then everything else will work too, because you have to allot enough to stop the run.
I think that's the key for people as they drive away from the stadium on Thursday night. Did Arkansas physically dominate? Did they physically dominate Pine Bluff in the game?
They should be able to. And if they can't, that's going to send a message that they're going to struggle down the line. I think they're going to be physically good enough to go toe-to-toe with Oklahoma State. But if they can't against UAPB, I might change my
Well, yeah, I mean, what you hope is the conversation you're having coming out of the Pine Bluff game is that, they ran over them. Are they going to be able to run over somebody else? Not, oh, man, are they going to be able to be physical enough against anybody?
So I think it's the toughness factor that they really worked hard, and that's been their talking point. We'll see. I know Petrino and Travis Williams, they both liked what they got accomplished last spring, that they were physical. They did hit more, and I think they did in this camp. I think they decided to hold out a couple of running backs towards the end. They saw what they needed to. And in particular, I'm talking about Jackson. I think that he's you don't want to hit him anymore until really, don't have to play him that much in this first game. And you want him ready for Oklahoma State, because he's a difference maker in what I saw in his ability to run inside. And if you can run inside, things just change in football.
Clay, good stuff, man. Thanks for hopping on the first show.
Glad
We're going to do it again.
Rolling. There's been a lot of talk this summer about this. I congratulate y'all. I'm biased. Y'all are two of my best friends in the whole world. I don't know if that's
I can't believe you admitted that. That's really something.
Don't get carried away.
Don't get me emotional.
Y'all been good to me, and anytime y'all need help, and you really do need help sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I'll be here.
And thank you for covering the defense.
Thank you.
Thank you. Clay Henry, everybody. Hall of Famer, doesn't need a last name. Hey, we're brought to you in part by Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. From the first whistle to the final play, Razorback fans do know how to celebrate. And when it's time to mark those special moments, nobody can help you do it quite like Blakeman's can. They got craft pieces, beautiful diamonds for all your milestones. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Razorbacks, located in Rogers. Go check them out. We've got something special happening here. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Chuck and Bo Show, and it's 8:29.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Yep.
Athletes love to say, hey, look good, feel good, play good. And that certainly can apply to everyday life. Meet my friend, Dr. Jeff Swetnam.
Cosmetic surgery has always been about looking better. And I think over the years, what I've figured out is if you don't feel good, it doesn't matter how you look. What vitality and wellness is all about is helping you look your best, not only look your best, but feel your best, and no matter what age you are. Some guys say getting old, you get shorter, you get fatter, you lose your sex drive. Some guys say that's just a natural thing that you're just going to have to live to and look forward to. But some guys are wrong. You don't have to do that. And if you want help with that, you come see us, Swetnam Cosmetic Surgery and the spa. We can help evaluate you, and we can show you how some guys are wrong.
So we don't have to get it wrong. All right, time to look into getting it right. Guys, log on to SwetnamCosmetic.com for a free evaluation. SwetnamCosmetic.com. Time to feel and look better.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
He's big. That's what I like about our running backs. We have a couple of big ones. He's one of them. But he can make you miss. On contact, he can get you 2 or 3 more yards. Understanding the schematics of what the offensive line does, which you have to know as a quarterback, and then going back to running back, I think that did help him. But he's a really strong runner.
Catch Sam Pitman live every Wednesday night at 7, only on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Over 11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to 7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Has your job been grinding your gears lately? Then let me tell you about Laborn Lumber. They're looking to fill a regional over-the-road position. They use brand new equipment in your home every weekend. Don't think you're getting paid enough? That's not the case at Laborn Lumber. They're highly competitive in that area. So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, then stop by and see Pam and the Bills Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 at Laborn Lumber. 515 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith and online at Lavorn, Lovborn lumber.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Pascal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopascal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Pascal price check. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jim. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about Jim Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for Jim Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. Jim, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your number one golf shop for over 30 years.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. It's August, it's hot, and it's time to flip the lot. So we're giving you the best we've got. Save up to $6,000 on red tag clearance prices on a fantastic selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus up to $2,000 extra for your trade and no payments for 90 days. They've all got to go, right down to the bare asphalt. Get a great deal on a great car now and help us flip the lot. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let me hit this ad real quick.
Do it.
And then you can just jump into the call.
I will.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. 2 bald white guys with a face for radio.
I don't know who wrote that, but that's just mean-spirited. Welcome into the Chuck and Bo Show, brought to you in part by Flyway Brewing. You know, Flyway is one of these great Arkansas companies. You can get their beers anywhere. The popular flavors like the Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, the Early Bird IPA. They've got a location on Zion in Fayetteville, also on Maple Street in North Little Rock, where they make craft beer, but you can get their Flyway craft beers anywhere, about any restaurant, any store, all over town. We want to thank the Fayetteville Auto Park, First Security Bank, Pascal Air, Plumbing, Electric, Whitekirk Realtors, the Griffin Company. They just all came in here. They just walked in.
I was scared. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, Chuck and I are operating out of like, compared to where we'll be in, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, and the setup we'll have, I feel like we're on a piece of scaffolding at the corner of like, Joyce and College in Fayetteville with the wind blowing, and, you just don't know what's going to happen.
For those who are old enough to remember when Baum Stadium opened, like the first 3 or 4 weeks,
Are you talking about
scaffolding in front of the press
You're
box?
talking about where the parking garage is now?
Yeah. No, I mean the brand new ballpark.
Yeah, okay.
I think for the first month there was like scaffolding.
Yeah.
In front of the press box. I can remember doing the games and like literally looking through scaffolding. 877-377-6963. Brian is in Ozark. Brian, you're on the Chuck and Bo show.
Hey, what's going on, Chuck?
Brian, how's it going?
Hey, man.
Welcome, Bo. I have not talked to you in years since you were on TV on Channel 24.
Wow. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
But I'm glad that we're here to discuss our differences sometime.
Let's do it.
Agreed.
Bring it.
Agreed.
No problem. We love different opinions. We love all the opinions.
All right, cool. I got some for you.
Bring it.
All right, so I keep hearing from a lot of different sportscasters that how good Arkansas is doing in practice. Yeah, here's my deal. It's Arkansas versus Arkansas.
Mhm.
Last year, they were horrible versus horrible. So, I mean, in my opinion, Arkansas playing Arkansas really doesn't mean anything.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean much. Yeah, it gives somebody something to talk about. But while Arkansas has been waiting to bulk up or get good at this position or get at that position, they've also been left in the dust by the top schools. In Texas, it's loaded at all, pretty deep at every position. And nobody's waited on Arkansas to bulk up. They're all better as well.
Right.
So how's that going to help Arkansas out? I mean, where are they going to come up with 6 wins? That's what I'm questioning. I see 3. I don't see them get 6.
Well, who are the 3? Which 3 did you pick real quick, Brian?
Well, I'm thinking UAPB, UAB, and probably Louisiana Tech. But if they overlook Louisiana Tech, they'll lose that game too.
Oh, yeah, but come on.
So Brian, Brian,
that's ridiculous.
like in a relationship, you're a perfect guy because you're going to be easy to please. Like whoever your significant other is just has to really appreciate you. It's like my great friend Steve Graves told me one time about going on family vacation. Right before I left, he said, "Hey, lower your expectations." And then he said, "Lower them again. You're gonna have a great time." So you're there, man. You're there. Look, at the end of the day, thanks for the call, Brian. At the end of the day, what he's saying, yeah, everybody all has the chance to go out and get better, right? They all got the chance to get better. I would not sit here and tell you Arkansas is going to have a whatever season because of whatever practice they've had. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Arkansas is going to have a great season or a bad. I don't know. All I can address, or I think anybody can address, is what went wrong last year. You lost 5 games by a touchdown or less. You fixed those problems. At least that's what you're indicating, what you've shown us, what you've said, the people you've brought in. So I would think that means you're improved. That doesn't mean you're going to beat other teams because we don't know what everybody else has or how they're going to respond.
And that's a real key. I mean, you don't know what everybody else has because they've got all new players too, or at least a lot of,
you might know what they have. You don't know how they're going to perform.
But let me say this. Let me go back to what Brian said a minute ago. It was not horrible on horrible last year. What we saw in the preseason was a sign of things to come. The defense was dominant last year in preseason practice. And I think, and I feel like we're all in a certain degree of agreement here that Arkansas's defense last year was good enough to be better than 4-8. Certainly good enough to be better than 4-8. Probably good enough to field a bowl team. I don't see any sign that Arkansas's defense is going to have an appreciable drop-off. I don't see anything in terms of the personnel on the defensive side of the ball that makes me think they're not going to be as good as they were a year ago. But I see a lot of things on the offensive side of the ball that make me feel like they've got a chance to be better than what they were last year. I didn't say they're going to be. I said they've got a chance to be better than they were last year. I do believe they'll score points. I do believe they'll move the ball. I also think it's a team game. Offense has got to help the defense and vice versa. When you talk about running the football, when you talk about your offensive line, that's what gives you a chance to control the tempo of the game. And that helps your defense too. If you cannot control the tempo of the game with your offensive line, your defense is going to suffer for that. It doesn't mean they're going to become instantly bad, but they're going to suffer. But I don't agree that it was horrible on horrible. I don't agree with that. Now, I do agree that if you are trying to determine what's going to happen in the season based on what somebody said about Tuesday's practice, I think more oftentimes than not, you got a chance to be wrong there.
You know, everybody's talking about NIL right now. I think we're all really missing the big picture, how you win in college football. It's Connor Stallions. I mean, Michigan won the national championship. Not anybody talking about Michigan's NIL program last year. They're just talking about sign stealing. I can't wait to watch this coming out on Netflix, by the way. That's like, I watched the Steve McNair story last night. Tragic story.
I haven't seen that yet.
Murdered,
Yeah.
but the Connor Stallions one is the one I'm looking forward to. And you saw what Travis Williams said the other day about how it's a thing. But like who's going to be, that's what we should have talked to Coach Pitman about. Who's going to be the sign stealer for you this year? Who the sign stealer that's taking you to the promised land? By the way, Connor Stallions is now a defensive coordinator in high school football. If you're a coach in that conference, tell me how that was addressed in your team camp this fall. All the high school teams.
I think there's been some backlash. I think I read where there was some backlash.
Like, did everybody change their signals?
He's a professional.
Like, he's a professional. Like this guy's an FBI agent. An FBI agent turned defensive coordinator in high school football, and he's a volunteer coach. He's not even getting paid. That just tells you the value. You got to have a sign stealer.
Was Bart our sign stealer?
Who was that? Chris Carter? Somebody said you got to have a fall guy.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You got to have a sign stealer. You can't, like, NIL's one thing. Who's stealing the signs? That's what I want to know.
877-377-6963. This is the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You got to have a sign stealer. Have a fall guy.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend it to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
There are people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
It's kickoff in Arkansas and the 76th anniversary of Razorback football inside historic War Memorial Stadium. Begin the holiday weekend right with tailgating, the Hog Walk, the UA and UAPB marching bands, and Razorback football's 2024 opener. Call the Hogs on Thursday night, August the 29th, in a historic in-state matchup with the UAPB Golden Lions. Kickoff set for 6:30. Get your tickets at ArkansasRazorbacks.com, and we'll see you on Thursday, August 29th, 6:30 in Little Rock.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
When I go out to eat, I want something fresh. I don't want something that's been sitting in a freezer or processed. When I go to Lily Sandwich Shop, I am satisfied to the max. That's because Josefa makes everything fresh and uses that River Valley farm fresh produce during our long growing season. Stop by Lily Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District and become another satisfied customer. The sandwiches speak for themselves.
My name is Lily. My Baba makes the best sandwiches at Lily Sandwich Shop. Come by and see them at the Bakery District today.
Missing or broken teeth? Sharp Smiles wants you to start chewing again with dental implants. Scared of the dentist? Sharp Smiles will help you overcome your fear. Big dental problems? Sharp Smiles Modern Dentistry and Implants is your answer to your dental needs and services, where your smile is top priority. Get the smile.
All right, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Bart, I'm bringing you up.
2600 Market Trace Sweet Bee.
We got a caller.
Check. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
1 2. If we got a caller, let's go to the caller. If we don't, let's bring these guys in.
Don't think you're getting paid enough? That's not the case.
It just has a thing up there, but it doesn't.
So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, then stop by and see Pam and the Bills Monday through Friday from 9
We're out at 55:50.
55:45.
Okay.
But also, we got music, so
I got you. All right, we got Robert in Fayetteville. We're gonna go to Robert in Fayetteville, and then we'll bring these dudes in. That's cool. You're all right.
Yeah. And then I'll grab them in a second. We're gonna take this call, and then I'll grab you all.
A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold.
Got you. You want to bring it back? Or
Sure.
You want me to? You can.
Yeah, I'll do it
Go
right
ahead.
here.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. Here is Chuck and Bo.
Hey, it's been an awesome morning. Overwhelmed, really, by the reaction. And Chuck and I are just getting started, but from the bottom of our heart, really, we want to do this, not just because we enjoy working together, but because we love you guys and appreciate you guys making this show part of your day today. We got a couple of special guests we're going to bring in here and say hello. That's really helped made this possible. But before we do that, I want to tell you, you got to download the Hit That Line app if you haven't yet. Hit That Line. HitThatLine.com, Hit That Line app. You can hear the show anywhere, as well as right here on the radio. Robert in Fayetteville, you're on with Chuck and Bo. What's happening?
Hey, Chuck and Bo, how are you guys doing?
Doing great, man.
Man, I got to tell you, I think Arkansas is going to do good this year.
Why?
I think they're going to, I don't know, I just have that feeling in my blood.
That's good. What other feelings do you have this morning?
Everything. Bo, you're like one of my heroes. I've met you a couple times. Here at Whole Foods, met you with Aaron Peters one day.
Oh, man. So that's out now. I've been around Aaron Peters. People have heard that now.
Shop at Whole Foods.
Oh, man. Well, I got outed twice in 2 seconds.
Dude.
So you're not going to find Chuck at Best Buy or Whole Foods.
Wow.
They're way, both of them are over his head. Okay.
I want your help. I want to meet Sam Pitman.
Yeah.
That's one of my big dreams, to meet Sam Pitman.
Well, when they pull a big upset at Razorback Stadium this year and everybody rushes the field, just head right for them and introduce yourself.
Okay.
That'll happen. Hey, thanks for the call, Robert. Have a great day. Appreciate it. Let's get some of our partners
Let's
in here.
bring them in. We've got all our partners here today. They've surprised us. They walked into the studio just a few moments ago. I was worried they were all going to en masse cancel their sponsorships.
Yeah, right. We hadn't even started yet.
You know, the 2 hours was enough. And now all of them are walking in. Charlie Boyce is here from Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Tom Statakis from Fayetteville Auto Park. Brandon Long. Carter Clark from Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Adam Rutledge from First Security Bank. And they're all here. I saw cake, which is good. I was hungry. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Charlie, come here. You're a former Razorback. So, I mean, Carter is too, but Carter didn't really play. Sorry, Carter. Hey, thanks for being here. And so you're not here to cancel your partnership?
No, super excited what you guys are doing. And yeah, love to watch the show grow.
So we asked you the other day and you didn't really remember, how many pitches did you throw in that one regional and over how long?
200, 2 days.
200 pitches in 2 days. And that wasn't
24
softball.
hours.
Yeah.
About 24 hours.
That wasn't softball. All right. You got this is the worst question. I mean, I hate this question. I don't even want to answer this question, but it's the only thing I can think of right now for you. All right. How many wins for Arkansas this year?
We were just talking about that. I guess the number is 5. Is that 4 or 5?
Yeah, it's like 4.5 the over under.
We're going to go over.
Okay. Good. We like partners that are positive.
Everybody got the over? Everybody got the over?
Tom from the Fayetteville Auto Park. What are you driving for a season?
What am I driving?
As a record.
Oh, I think
it was just like a halfway professional segue.
If I'm driving a big jacked up truck or how many games?
It's kind of I mean, you probably expected more from me. I'm sorry.
I think we're going to go 6, Bo.
6? All right.
Who's got the highest win total in here? Brandon Long, Weichert. Come here. What you got?
I'm at 6. I'd love to see 7, but I think y'all will last at least 2 or 3 months. So,
you think we'll make it to October?
I think we'll get to basketball season.
That would sound in a hurry. He goes, let's talk about the important stuff. Our advertising investment on this lousy radio show that we got you a cake for, and we can't even get out of here. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, well, obviously joking. You guys are going to do great. I got up early this morning to make sure that I listened to the very first part of it, and it was good. Awesome.
I appreciate the surprise and y'all coming by, Carter. But we weren't ready for you at all. Carter Clark.
Yes.
How have things changed since your playing days? Your bench days with the Razorbacks.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play. I knew my role. Just
played in practice.
Yeah, I played practice a lot.
Set a screen. He can set a hard pick now.
Screen, rebound, all that stuff. I mean, it's a little different, I mean, as a walk-on, I had to pay my own way to be a walk-on. Now the walk-ons don't even now there's NIL money for walk-ons, I think. So it's a whole different world.
You've also kind of gone out and earned your own NIL money through your company there at Weichert, the Griffin Realty Company. So congratulations on Adam Rutledge, everybody. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you, Bo?
What's your win prediction?
I'm going to get optimistic here and go 7.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. 7 from Adam Rutledge.
I knew Adam would have
glass is half full this morning.
I knew he would.
Hey, well, when you got a cake around, how can you be negative? Guys, thanks so much, honestly. When we started off to do this show, Chuck and I thought, we have the ability, we think, to make our community a better place through the amenity of talking about the things that a lot of people in our state talk about, revolves around the Razorbacks, but we can't do it without you guys. And you guys have all jumped in from the very beginning. Before we even got started, we wanted to do it that way in case you didn't like it once the show started, but appreciate that. And hopefully it's still okay.
Just give us till the open week. Give us till the open week. If you're going to make a change, wait till the open week.
These are true pillars of the community, though, really. Thank you, guys. Thank you so
very much, gentlemen.
Thank you for the cake. And
the cake, the cake's the best.
Make sure
Let's
if you
just be
call
honest.
into the show, it's under an alias. Okay? Just come up with some Sir Porculot from Hot Springs, something like that. Chuck, it's been a day, man.
Man, I'm telling you, it's done. Now only 5,653 more shows to go.
Hey, Adam Sandler is putting a sequel together for Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
You see who's going to be in it?
No, I haven't.
Jason Kelsey.
Really?
Yeah.
Travis Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey.
What did we get wrong today,
One of-
Bart? What
one
did we
of the
get wrong
brothers
today?
Kelsey.
Most everything, but
Yeah.
we'll get better tomorrow.
Travis is not Jason.
That's right.
Yeah. The only reason that you know who Travis is because he's with your favorite girl, Taylor Swift.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Bart is not even a closet Taylor Swift fan.
Really?
Not
Wow.
even a closet.
Well, hey, we'll get better. We'll get better tomorrow.
Hey, we're going to do it again tomorrow, and we're going to be better tomorrow and the day after that, but we're going to be back. The Morning Rush is coming up next. Chuck, enjoyed it, man.
My pleasure.
The Chuck and Bo Show, back tomorrow at 6.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realty. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over